We need an intro.
I mean, I care about what someone else should really do.
Hi, hey, hello, and welcome to Power Wordplay, a 5th edition live stream where we're actually sitting around a table and doing a round table with each other to talk about our characters, our backstories, and any other kinds of random things that we just think of.
Past 2 years of playing together, pretty much.
Do we decide what we're going to call this then? Does this have a name?
That's right. We thought about maybe
Bonus
like confessions.
Confessions, where I said, I can't make Wednesday.
I can't make Wednesday.
Yeah.
I do like that.
I can't make Wednesday.
That's
Now,
what it's
you
called.
viewer, you would know what the title of this is because
You
it will
literally
have-
clicked on it.
Yes.
I do like confessions too, though. You know,
Either way,
we could just call it
Confessions,
High
I can't make Wednesday.
There you
There'll
go.
be some variation of that.
Yeah.
You'll know by now.
You'll know
You found
when
your
we
way
know.
here. Yeah.
So this is an exercise in flying by the seat of our pants, like usual.
now you guys know how I feel.
Awesome.
On what we were saying, though, I do love how nobody's commented yet that Ramsey has struck a deal.
Ramsey has struck a deal.
I've literally never,
What?
I never even
What?
thought about
So-
that,
so
but you totally
let's-
have.
how?
We can
You
start
totally
here.
have.
Wait.
We
What
can
did I
start
miss?
here. We can start here. So,
Okay.
No, it's like the shadow thing.
Darryll,
Yeah.
honesty is something that's super important to Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
Being
To
truthful,
a certain extent, yeah.
people he trusts,
Mhm.
right? Why hasn't he told the rest of the group about the wolf voice?
I think, didn't he tell? I think I told you.
Yeah, Ramsey told Eon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eon just kind of went, whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But no, otherwise I think it's because he's still trying to figure it out on his own. And until he can kind of wrap his head around what the heck is actually happening, he doesn't want to admit to it. Especially with how, like, him growing up and being kind of, you know, the black sheep of the family, the runt, and never truly knowing what the hell this was all about. And then him being like this, oh, no, you are the chosen one, Anakin. You know, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of it's a lot for him, and he's just still kind of processing, let alone on the same hand. Like, it's... The curse is still fairly new to him, so he's still trying to figure that out. He's enjoying himself, for the most part, but it's still like he hasn't... The other shoe hasn't dropped yet. He's waiting for that, I think.
And so do you think he doesn't want to bother the group with it yet? Or he doesn't trust other people with the knowledge yet? Or?
No, I think he's pretty trustful with you guys. For the most part, like, it's kind of, he's realized that this is his pack, this is his people, this is, you know, where he's fitting in. You know, even in his personal designs with plans he has for the Phylon House, like, it all revolves around you guys, not just him. He knows he can't do this on his own. And it's also why he's kind of scared of this, because it's, you know, seeing the Alpha, going back that far. And, you know, sorry for some of you, this is pre-stream.
Right.
Oh, yeah, right.
That's
If
true.
Yeah.
We can explain that a little
Yeah,
bit.
let's talk about
So yeah, Ramsey got
Yeah.
the curse, the Lycan curse through the Phylon family came from some unknown entity that's cursed. Oh, I can't remember his name.
Octavius.
Octavius, yeah, the first of the Phylon name, and he's been the Alpha, and kind of he had made some kind of deal or something with this entity, and that's what gave him the power, but also the curse that is, you know, the Lycan, and it's just traveled dormantly down through the family line, until eventually this creature being whatever picks somebody to go, maybe you're good enough, and then they have to kind of get the nod or the tap from Octavius to be like, okay, yeah, we'll imbibe you with some of the old mojo from back in the day when we were actually far more, like, pure and not divided out. You know, the curse was the strongest it was. So
Yeah. And so that's like an actual homebrew that you guys have created.
mostly him.
That is addition to the Bloodhunter class.
Yeah, well, Lycans are in the Bloodhunter class.
Right.
But it's
this other stuff that's
oh no,
happening.
yeah, it's mostly him. Like I kind of carte blanche for Josie. Like I said, hey, what about this? But I also want to roll with whatever he puts before me, be it good, bad, and different. Like I really enjoy that because I already know. Like there's moments where I think back, I'm like, oh, shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have said that.
Sure. The player choice is a lovely thing.
Yeah, like so it's kind of a cool thing just to roll with the punches on it.
And it's fun to be surprised a little bit.
Yeah, like not knowing that it's like all of a sudden, boom, here you go. Here's something that nobody knows.
Yeah, and I'd say like the one thing I've done pretty okay is have everybody have a moment like that.
Yeah.
To some degree, there's something, a secret that is either growing or that they're trying to continue to hide, and that's something that I think is really fun.
Yeah.
To play around with, to throw back in your face.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
It is really
I
fun.
really enjoy it.
And that sequence in particular was really cool. So I guess that was mostly you who wrote that, because what was it? It was the whole shadow on the shoulder thing, and this was pre-stream. But I was just looking at my notes, and we did film that episode.
Did we?
We did. That was the first day of our stream.
Wasn't that the
test.
one though that?
Oh. No,
Oh no, that was.
That was not
That
the
was
one where we
prior
lost
to-
all audio.
Yeah,
It's
so
prior.
we did a couple of like
There's
test,
two.
Yeah.
test
Yeah.
recordings before we started our real
Yeah.
stream recordings, and the first one worked, and the second test was a glorious video of video only
Miming.
with
Yeah.
zero audio,
Right.
and we lost
Yeah.
so much cool stuff.
That
So we'll do
happened.
like a bad lip reading for it
Yeah.
at some point.
That's a great idea.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
there was a lot there that was pretty intense.
Yeah.
I know. I played back
Was it the
the
second
recording
of the three
afterward.
that was quiet? It was the second of the three that was
Yes.
quiet?
Yeah.
So we
Yes.
have 1, nothing, 1?
Yeah.
Oh, so if we ever release
Oh,
those,
no.
it's going to be really unsatisfying.
It will, because there will be like a little bit of story and then it'll
Yeah.
be incongruent because
Yeah.
there's a gap in the middle of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because after the audio
Yeah.
clicked out that time, we did have to do another test
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
make sure.
To make
that
sure.
was
To make sure
all
it
that.
went again. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'll
which
check
was
my audio.
which was the
It's working.
Okay.
Yeah.
because like to remind you guys, like the first session was after you guys had arrived at the Ethercoil
Yeah.
Springs and then had gone into the lower compartments and
Yeah.
fought off those creatures. So like
Mhm.
right before that was like everything with
Yeah.
your shit and like
All the stuff with Lorelai, so we keep
all
mentioning
yeah.
Lorelai,
Lorelai. Is that called
Lelea is the
Lorelai.
evil one.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
I made
Well,
that mistake so
I
many
know.
times. I'm like Lorelai's flying through. Lorelai is
No. I know it's Lelea,
Lelea.
but we kind of like
Lelea.
lump it all together because isn't there just that little bit of a hint of like they were both fucking around?
That's-
There's something about
them.
both of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't believe that Lorelai
Well,
was just.
The one burned us, so it was instantly distrust of the other one. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we should actually go into that a little bit, right? Forest Edge.
ugh.
Just a little bit because we might release the video.
I don't think there's any videos of Forest Edge.
Spoiler alert.
Just the end. Just the end of it.
Yeah.
No, because you're right. Because the first day of stream was like after we
You guys
went,
had
we
reached
came back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
just there's some good
So,
stuff in here.
so Forest Edge, for once again, that's kind of the town that the group went to before Two Hills.
Yeah.
Partly in due to a quest from Ramsay's father, where they had to essentially go into this large tower in the middle of the city, and through a series of events had to gain the favor of a fae creature.
Oh yeah.
And you ended up
That
taking,
asshole.
and you received, you got what you came for.
Yeah. At a
Um,
cost.
yeah, while escaping the forces of Tiamat
Yeah.
in full force. So,
That was rough.
what did that that event? What impact did that have on your guys' characters?
Ooh.
Especially, and looking at this back, like the biggest things here now, like Grimspear, Leia,
Yeah. Well.
all of the foot soldiers, everything. Like
For sure. I mean, so first of all, like that was also where the party saved Fizzle,
mhm.
Yeah.
who had been
Yeah.
captured and who has now been with us for like
Oh wow.
quite a while.
7 sessions almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Longer.
And so he's a real recurring character at this point.
Because what it was is there was that dragon wind spitter. And so this whole town had kind of like an acid and poison
cloud.
Yeah, it was like
everywhere.
it was like an acid rain at nighttime, and it was a poison cloud, I think.
Yeah.
Or something.
Pretty much constantly.
Because it was a black dragon, that came through. And no, it was a poisonous cloud. And
all the time.
Whenever the dragon came
acid
by.
rain whenever the dragon came by.
Right.
So as you would expect, we put all of this wonderful thought into how we were going to
Let's
mitigate
just
all
go
this
in.
damage, and then pretty much just kind of walked in.
Right.
Which went great.
Well,
we did take
We
some
made it.
steps, but like
Ramsey learned that he is terrible bait. That one sucked. I thought it would work, and I'm like, I'll lead them all away, and they'll follow me, and then, shit!
Slow.
Run that back! Run back! Run back! Run back!
Back to the party. I need my friends again.
Yeah.
But just like I think seeing people that Sola knew be captured by this crew of Dragonkin, that made her realize how real this threat was. And obviously, like, Two Hills is pretty close to Forest's Edge, relatively speaking.
Yep.
So, she probably would have seen that town growing up. Like, she grew up in the area for a good 20 years. And so seeing the desolation of that town would have had an effect on her. And also Lilea, who we let's save this little
kid
girl
that we find in the rubble.
Yeah, we essentially found.
Still hurts.
So Lorelei, our guide, took us through the city. We're looking for the tower to get Ramsey's item. Along the way, we're going to try and save Lorelei's sister, Lilea. And we find her in an abandoned home.
Under the floorboards.
Hiding under the floorboards. That's right. And so it's like, hooray, we're saving the day. We found Lilea. Let's bring her with us. And so after the events of the tower, where we did get the amulet from the Fae.
We got Kajalrit, yeah.
Right. That was then when we have the amulet in our possession. Then we're trying to make our escape, and Lilea suddenly turns on us.
Yeah.
But before that, though, there was there was a combat with Fizzle. Was that before or after we went into?
That was before we went into the tower.
Yeah.
Okay, because that one was really interesting too, because there were all of these prisoners in a cage, and the
Fizzle,
rain.
one of those.
Yeah, Fizzle being one of them. The rain's coming down on their NPCs, so it's like
We lost
what
it.
they're gonna
Yeah.
do. We
Right,
lost
and so
a lot.
Sola is basically just casting heels every turn, trying to keep up as many townsfolk who are 4 HP civilians or whatever.
I mean, there's people in the acid and they're coming from every
Red
direction. That was a
shirt
really
guy
challenging
number
combat.
4.
Actually, that was really cool. Sorry to back up, but I was just like, that was a really cool one.
No,
that was a good combat.
It's totally.
And
That was a thinker.
there's a clutch moment, I think, from that where Sola was just like, can I there's some constant healing effect that you decided to do.
Right.
And that was the fucking only reason anyone
Wasn't it your
needed-
aura?
Yeah, I turned on Aura of Vitality in combat, I believe.
Yeah,
Which it's usually let's put it on outside of combat, because then you get your full minute of lots of healing. But we needed that steady stream.
Keep
of
going,
healing.
yeah.
Just to keep them alive. So their skin was fizzling off.
It's people and people trying to
It's
like
burning
put
away
their
and growing
hands
back,
above their
burning away
hands
and
to stop
growing
the
back.
acid, and it's literally going through their
Yeah.
fucking skin and
Yeah.
their
And
bones.
regrowing, the worst
And
torture.
Just back and
Yeah,
forth.
it's not
Wow.
pleasant, but
Sola's
it kept
a
them
sadist.
alive. It kept them fucking alive. It's that or death.
Yeah, that's true.
not a good death.
There wasn't a lot of options.
And so anyway, we did escape that situation, and that was when Leia turned on us. And what was the dragon's name?
Grim Spitter.
Grim Spitter.
Yes.
Was
It
it?
is.
I thought it was wind something or
I
other.
thought it,
It's-
but I probably
Spitter. We
Yeah.
probably-
Oh, no,
we
it's-
probably
yeah,
wrote
yeah,
it wrong.
It's Grim Spitter.
Grim Spitter.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the DM after
Yeah.
all.
Whatever you say it is. I'm gonna correct that.
I'm gonna publish this later.
And so
Just like this. So it looks like Eon's just manifesto.
messy notebook.
Yeah.
I mean, this was back in September, so
Yeah.
I'm reading stuff and I'm like, holy shit! I did not remember that occurred. Yeah.
But yeah, that was
Yeah.
intense.
Well, even when that dragon landed, I was like, because it wasn't a massive fight with Lilea, but it was still enough that with the getting into town, the fight, with, or the going through, dealing with the Fae, coming back out. Okay, what are we gonna do? And then the flip, and then we're like, okay, you gotta die.
Yeah.
Kill, take them out, but then having it like, wait, didn't somebody command?
Yeah.
Rhaenyra used command, and it
another
like
clutch flee.
Yeah, and it
Right.
Caused
that
them
kept
to
it
run away.
Yeah.
for a
That's
few
from my
rounds.
turn.
Because otherwise we would have
Yeah.
been fighting a dragon the entire time as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were able to key up and drop Leia, but then when it finally arrived, I was just like, we're done. Like this is, we can't get to your rope trick.
Right.
We're
Because
hooped now.
we were
Yeah.
trying to get into the rope trick for the pocket dimension, but
Yeah.
we couldn't get in there soon enough. And then Lilea was being like a little bit weird about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were.
And I was like, oh no, Leia's in danger.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do something smart, and I was like, I'm gonna banish
Yeah.
Lilea and myself to just
Away.
make us disappear.
Yeah.
And
While
that
everyone
was
else is in
then,
the rope trick.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that was then the moment we had confirmation that Lilea was in fact evil because she counterspelled it.
Yeah.
And Sola was just left there like stunned, open mouthed.
And everyone else wasn't there.
While everybody
Yeah.
else was trying to hide in the rope trick.
yeah.
Well, trying to get up into it at that
Yeah,
moment.
just trying to. Because the dragon was literally right there,
There,
and
yeah.
that perception check obviously is going to be like,
So-
like even in the pocket dimension, like you might have been able to still
Well, they
know that we were there.
you'd
wait
see
for
it,
us,
yeah.
or-
So
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
It's like, what
No,
else
that
do you
was-
do when a full dragon, and we had already taken damage at that point.
yeah,
Like
we
our spell
were
slots were out.
Yeah, we had a full adventuring day at that point.
Yeah.
And then here comes the dragon.
Yeah.
So
And
thanks, DM.
I'm gonna, here's the thing though. The dragon didn't come out of nowhere.
No, that's true. We did.
The dragon was there from fucking day one of you guys entering that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Right?
knew.
You knew there was something going on, and I made it an effort to try and confirm it a little bit beforehand.
Oh, absolutely.
and
We
you all
knew
had
there
that.
was a dragon.
for sure.
And
I'm being
and
facetious.
of course, I know that. But I just want to say, even with all that in consideration, you guys, with one crit from Rhaenyra,
Yeah.
Yeah.
got the dragon low enough, and I'm speaking in terms of like 50 health,
Wow.
where it was like, I'm fucking off actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that close.
Because with Lilea kind of passing in this sense, it doesn't have a horse in the fight.
Right.
Because
It doesn't
Lilea,
fucking.
Well, not.
didn't
Yeah.
Lilea died and then didn't
No,
Went
went
unconscious.
went unconscious, but then the dragon like brought her back, didn't
And
it?
then
Yes,
I
and
came
then we
over
had to
and
kill her.
yeah.
Fucking killed her again.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like, all right, fuck.
And that's when I
picked her
observed-
up and left.
That's kind of what
That's
I
when I
assumed.
branded her.
Yeah, right. Which has
Yeah.
been super clutch because that's how we know kind of where at least
Roughly
one
are.
of the
Yeah.
dragons
And-
probably are.
Well, we know she's back up because now
Yeah.
she's moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either this dragon's flying around with
Their
her.
corpse
Yeah.
tied to her belly. Yeah.
Yeah, or inside,
And she, like, when she revealed herself, she changed herself into a tiefling, I think?
No, she's a half demon
That's
Half
right.
demon.
Yeah.
Specifically,
or a half devil or something.
yeah.
Like
it
that.
was. There is a word for it, a Cambrian,
Oh yeah.
but one that had specifically absorbed
Yeah.
Lorelai's sister,
Yeah.
budding young sorcerer.
Yeah.
So her powers went
Went to
to
yeah.
Lilea, or to what Lilea.
That was still like
Oh,
for
see, I
me.
don't
I was
think
just
so.
so chapped.
Because I did say like Lorelai's sister is a magic user. Like,
Yeah. Oh no.
she did this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For
And there's all like up there, right? Like,
Yeah.
you guys
knew
had
that.
no reason to suspect.
Well, and it was just so like.
And that's
Okay,
like
cool.
Harmony, right? Like,
You want us over? Sure, come with us. Like we were all like, oh, join the party, blah blah blah.
yeah.
And then, here you go.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm gonna mess up everything you guys have done today.
And huge shout out to my friend Kenzie, who
Yeah.
was playing
Yeah.
Lilea at
Amazing.
that time and did
Amazing.
a honestly incredible job playing off the
Yeah.
betrayal and like playing her off as
Yeah.
a kid that didn't really know what was going on.
Totally.
We also
Because
didn't know
like
Kenzie at all, too, so we didn't
No.
know how to, like,
Yeah.
breed.
And I was just
Yeah.
like, yes.
Okay.
I was like, perfect.
we were just like, okay,
just for
she's,
this one
yeah,
time.
she's just like this innocent little 10-year-old girl, and
Yeah.
she's playing her very well.
Yeah.
We were all totally convinced.
Eon hated her because she was a kid.
Right.
Yeah, well, but,
yeah.
And then when she went evil, I was
You
like,
keep saying evil, but let's just be like a little bit like just
Yeah.
tone. No. Tone down that word. We got some
Okay.
evil in our party. Like
That's true.
against the sins. Like can we
they
just say
flipped
that?
on us. Yeah.
Like-
sure. Because
Be so binary.
because what's the opposite of evil when you're already evil?
Just like kind of not evil,
Yeah, not on our
not
team.
evil enough.
Not in my interests.
I will say that will be the last guest that ever is going to be like a gotcha, it's a twist villain.
Yeah.
I will
Ever?
I will never do that again.
Really?
You can't really, because we'll just be too suspicious of everybody.
No, and
who
this
walks
is-
in
this
now.
is
It
like-
was fun though. It wasn't
It was,
bad.
But this
It
is a
was-
player contract with you guys,
Yeah.
because like if you guys are going to trust people coming in, right? I'm not going to fuck you over for doing that.
Yeah.
Because like your characters don't have that level. You have to be
Yeah.
like
I thought
You
it was
know,
also
so-
perfect though, and exactly what we needed, because that was one of those things that actually
yeah.
pushed us together
It did.
even more.
Yeah.
Like,
There was so many events in quick succession that
Yeah,
were like,
like, it
oh
was-
fuck, traumatic.
yeah, like it's
We've been seeing all of these dragons because again, pre-stream,
Yeah.
we're seeing all of these dragons kind of start to fly roughly north.
Yeah.
Like lots of dragons. Like
Yeah.
basically
Well-
all the dragons presumably on the continent starting to fly north
Yeah.
over this area, and it's like. We're going there to maybe fight some dragons or to stop maybe Tiamat or like something in this
Something,
game.
yeah.
We don't fully understand what's going on. And then we encounter a dragon and all of our characters are kind of like, oh,
crap.
yeah, they're sending us.
Yeah.
Dang. Us.
Do you think it's kind of coloring like the last dragon encounter you guys had at the end of like Waterdeep? Because like that encounter was different than this one.
Yeah.
It was different and like
Not
That one
in a
though.
bad way, because there was other things I planned in that
Yeah.
same like encounter day, like
Yeah.
the fight with the Xanathar.
Xanathar,
And
yeah.
like all that shit. So I wasn't like disheartened with how that fight went, but I did kind of looking back on it, I was like, why did I do it like that? You know, like or
No,
something
I
like
thought it
that.
was good. I also thought it was a nice for a big. Here's your first big kickoff battle.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it wasn't too hard. Like you and that web.
at the end.
Yeah.
Put wings done.
Clutch
Put wings.
webs
Yeah.
to bring the dragon down.
Crazy.
Um,
Crazy. Close.
Where we all discovered, wow, we have a really melee
Yeah.
front
Yeah.
party here.
It's a flying dragon,
That's why
and
it's
all of our group can't
Yeah.
attack it.
Standing there looking up, going, "Come down." No, okay.
That is 100% why I wanted to like dip into wizard because I just
Yeah.
wanted like more crowd control spells.
Utility.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
since we can
utility.
hit hard, we can hit pretty hard,
Yeah.
and we have like a good amount
Yeah.
of like
Yeah,
healing
Jackie.
ability, but like crowd control or getting to people is really
Yeah.
tough. We chase people a lot.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that you say that because you've said a lot of times now that you have to force us to have really long days to burn out our spells and to like wear us down a little bit so that the big fights are challenging, which I really appreciate. I'm kind of I don't know, I kind of find that fun.
And we like a challenge.
Yeah. And I think you do
Make
that
you
pretty
think.
well.
Yeah. No.
It's a learned skill. Like every DM kind of has their moment with their table where they're
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, okay, what kind of game do they want to play?"
Yeah.
And you get that as soon as you look at a character sheet because your min-maxers will have their levels in this and that, and
Yeah.
their feature list will be 20 items long, and
Yeah.
they'll have 3 items that all synergize not individually but
Yeah.
together into something way better than any of their parts.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
who would you say is a min-max out of table? I already
Loren.
know who you're gonna say. I was gonna say Loren too.
Definitely Loren.
Give me some examples.
Probably Amy a little bit, too, right? Amy's a bit.
Wraith.
All of your
Wraith
characters
was
are.
pretty
Oh yeah,
Wraith was
Wraith
All of
just
your
disgusting.
characters are
Wraith is so
perfectly
cool.
crafted.
I can't wait to him play
They're
this.
researched.
Next.
They're lovingly molded
time.
and massaged.
Yes, they are.
They're like flavored.
Yes. And they're good at that too.
Yeah.
Like Sola is like not just a good character, she's
Yes.
also strong in the mechanics of the game.
Yeah.
Which helps you have those like moments where your fantasy really like checks
Really
in.
come through.
Yeah, where you can be
She can
like,
do
oh,
something
favor of the
crazy.
gods, add 2d4 to the saving throw. Fuck you, like whatever it is. Well,
That's what
Unless I
Sola
roll
would
a
say.
4 on
Sola
my
would
dex
say,
check.
fuck you.
Yeah, right, exactly.
there you go.
Well, or beer.
Beer.
Beer is a good
Here's
character.
Note to any up and coming
That was
DMs.
Josiah's character. Yeah.
Don't run a level 20 4-part series for people who've been playing for a minute.
We're DMing for
That was a lot of
too
fun.
long.
Yeah, because you get fucked up. That's all I'm going to say.
But that
So
was a
hard.
really fun mini
It was.
campaign, and so
Super
Darryll
was,
DM'd
yeah.
that one, and I have to say, it actually pains me that we did not film that
Yeah.
That was so
It was
fun.
It was such a good story.
Well,
So fun.
here's the thing too: is with the end of it, because dipping off of ours a little bit here. Sorry, but every one of your characters isn't gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
They exist in
Wraith-
some ways.
Wraith has-
Rohidra was in that
Rohidra,
one.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yes.
Rohidra, sorry,
Oh,
but
Wraith,
even that
Wraith
Rohidra
was the one that died in the one shot,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
one shot.
Yeah.
But no, that was
Sorry.
the
One shot.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the Battle Royale.
Yeah,
Where Loren
yeah.
got out in like 20 minutes.
Round three,
Just like one shot.
Maybe by the time this releases, we have the 3 Kobold one shot out, or
Oh god.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did film
I,
that one.
I
That was
love
fun.
that. I
That was
love that. So
Extra
much.
content.
we're doing
Yeah.
it for you guys.
Keep an eye out.
But
Yeah.
even like with like Rohidra and like you're gone with the sword.
Right.
Here
Yeah. Stuff happened to us.
is making amends with his god.
Mm-hmm.
You ended up with
That was such a cool flavor.
Quieter.
Yeah.
yeah.
I got to practice my accent for
Quieter.
quieter.
That needs to come back.
Yeah. It was good.
First time I ever tried to do an accent like that. I think I got pretty good by the end.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Kind of turned on right now.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna sound weird for anyone who doesn't know you're my husband. It was good. Quieter was fun, but
Yeah.
like I would
Yeah.
not recommend, talking about players, would not recommend doing your first level 20 character as a cleric and playing cleric for the first time.
Yeah.
As level 20
At
cleric.
a level 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wouldn't recommend
Yeah.
So many spells.
that.
I honestly wouldn't recommend anyone to play a class they haven't played.
Yeah.
Level 20.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
don't know, like playing a level
It was
20
fun.
Hexblade Warlock.
To be
was
honest,
so cool.
I was totally fine playing level 20 fighter, and I've never
Yeah.
done that. So, the advice does not fit to every mold,
No.
of course.
Yeah.
There are
But
people like me and Loren, and probably Darryll to some degree, are a little.
I want to make sure we go back to the min-max though.
So,
Go
one
ahead.
examples?
Oh, but not necessarily just about me. But yes, we can talk about me.
No, we don't have to. We don't have to put the spotlight.
I do think Amy's a bit of a min-maxer too. But again, in the same way, I don't mean that as the like overbearing at the table way for our min-maxers, but like when I make a character, I start with like why do people not like them and
Flaws.
then attach some stats to it.
Amy, it's not that she min-maxes. She just knows.
Every-
She wants to know every single facet, which is
Yeah.
amazing. Like
Yeah.
she walks into it going, "I know exactly what Rhaenyra's going to do here, here,
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
here."
So
Yeah.
we had a conversation a little while ago, me and her, about like cheat sheets.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because and this was an important topic because we were getting into like a fight.
Yeah.
Rhaenyra had just joined.
Oh,
Amy had
okay.
just joined in, and she's kind of having trouble remembering some of her things. And I was like,
Yeah.
what you need to do is say, here are all my action options that are reasonable on any like regular encounter, bonus action options, and features.
Yeah.
If it's too complicated on D&D Beyond or whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
just simplify it in your head on a little print card,
Yeah.
and then you're fine. And
Yeah.
since then, she's been slowly adding stuff onto that card or to that little sheet into D&D Beyond,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's super easy for her to
Yeah.
to
That's how she
remember
operates.
everything, right?
Yeah, it's
No,
a good idea.
it's good for people that have like a lot of shit in
Yeah.
lots of different spots.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I do want to run another one, but no laptops. Everybody's back to paper.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing too long, but something.
That could be,
Yeah.
could be
Yeah,
fun.
sure.
As long as we don't have to take notes, then I think that works.
Yeah.
You know, like I've said, I've had other ideas with. For me, I find one shots are just. It's hard to sum it up because I have such a big story idea in my head
Yeah.
that it's like I can't do this in
In a
the
single
few
session.
hours that we're
Yeah.
sitting
No,
here. You know,
totally.
like
It's usually like 4, and you're like, that was a good arc.
yeah,
Maybe
you
6.
know, like
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
and even like with the that one that I ran, I was like, I could have gone more and given you guys more story to delve in, but I didn't want to extend it too long and pull away from the main
Yeah, our
campaign
actual
and
campaign.
going
Yeah.
on. So
Because it was kind of just like giving
Well,
Josie a
yeah.
break and
Yeah.
stuff.
It
So.
was,
School for you,
it was like,
yeah.
I finished a campaign with a table as a DM.
yeah,
Now I get to
Yeah.
play for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
reward.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like 2 months of solid playing, which I
Yeah.
appreciated more than anything. So.
jeez,
And think about your own homebrew.
yeah.
And I think that paid off a little bit.
Yeah. Well, like I've always said, I really, I recommend it for everybody to sit back there because it also gives you the ability to think about your character. Oh, like with everything going on and dealing with the chaos that is this game. Like, until you sit back there and you have a party completely fuck up every one of your plans in a matter of like 30 seconds, you go, well, that's done.
Like in that one shot with the banishment thing.
Oh God.
Yeah, you had what was it? Three big titans.
Poof.
Right.
What were
One
they?
of the fights.
Three giant like demons.
Two giant demons and a huge crowd of like mercenaries who were like
Poof.
kind of gathering them together.
We quietly
And
set up.
And
Finished.
well, that was
Banished the two big guys and
They
pew
sat
pew
there
pew
for
pew. All the
4
mercenaries are
minutes.
dead.
yeah. Spear and his. Oh, here's my automatic bow.
Would you like 8 attacks in 6 seconds?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well,
Banished it, take anyone out.
Suddenly a level 20 encounter is wiped out before the first turn is done.
for me, that was very quick learning of, like, level 20 characters are powerful, but wow, that you don't understand. Yeah, like you don't
Especially
understand.
a party of like 6 of them.
Was it? No, there was
We had-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6.
6. Oh yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the min-max part.
So,
Who else?
so yeah, I would say I think you for sure. I think you don't have a min-max because of RP.
Yeah, I
You have purposely chosen where your weaknesses are, which
Yeah.
I think is great.
Okay.
Ramiro just knows her shit. Everyone else, I think, is just like on level.
Yeah.
Like they're not like. I don't have to be like I have to plan this whole encounter and how these 3 abilities and know Eon's thing is gonna fuck me up. It's never been about that.
No.
Sometimes when Scree rolls a 20, I'm like, ooh, but that's,
Well,
it's a rogue, right?
And I kind of like that sort of like balance then, because like Sola being the like healer essentially of the
Kinda
party,
need to be,
being the min-maxer is nice
does
because
actually make
that
sense, yeah.
helps the whole party
Yeah.
rather than just that one player.
no for sure.
Absolutely.
I feel like. And so the spotlight in combat is not like, oh, here comes Sola to wipe everybody off the map. Sola's coming in to like make everybody else better.
Yeah.
And I even find that like it's fairly balanced. It's not like it's one character just nuking everybody. You know,
No,
like,
it all depends
it's-
on the hit and what's
Yeah, like
happening.
yes, that happens, but I even find still like just like the last time Ramiro walks through, axe murders 2 of them. You know, but then it came down like it was just everything interchanging. Like there's many times where it's beat him up to a certain point, and then even Eon in the back, pew, haha. You know?
Yeah, no, we've all
Like-
had our moments
Yeah.
throughout the campaign or before the stream as well, where the character gets a time to shine
Yeah.
and do something cool, and that's the way it should be. That's kind of like the beauty of D&D. Like the whole team is contributing.
So on that, I have a question. What's like pre-stream? What's one of your character's favorite moments? Like, what's one of your favorite moments that like
Happened from your character?
Yeah.
About our character?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's-
Involved with or happened to or did. Or,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean,
There's a lot of them actually.
there was a ton.
Yeah.
It would be hard to pick. I know that like
I know the ones that popped in my head. But
yeah. Well, you can go last.
Yeah.
So for
Character,
Sola,
right.
it was the reveal that to her party that like up until this reveal, she was just like this innocent little gnome who's there to help other people. But then she revealed that she had a reason why she was doing it. She had been banished from her church, and she was paying penance. It wasn't just that she was this like wonderful, happy, help everybody gnome. She was being forced to do it because she had committed like a pretty like bad sin in the eyes of her people.
Which we still don't even know what it actually
We still
was.
don't really know.
Yeah, we're getting closer to it.
Yeah.
There have been like we've had hints of it in our recent
We have a very
most
don't
recent
ask, don't tell
episode.
group.
Yeah, very much.
We saw like the like pivotal moment where it all kind of started.
I was gonna ask if that's what that was. I don't want to derail, but I was gonna ask if that had
It was.
one more. One more.
Hold on.
Hang on.
Okay.
Okay.
We can talk about
So-
Two Hills in a second here.
All right.
Let's-
Cool.
Let's go with this.
But anyway, yeah, that was one of my favorites because I got to play Sola as like very like suddenly like going from this like happy-go-lucky little gnome who's always smiling and laughing and helping people to like suddenly like super vulnerable and like feeling like she couldn't be trusted by these friends she had just made and stuff like that. So I know that was like one of my favorites. But
That's awesome.
that was like the big reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have like 10 for Eon, so it was just like, I really feel my character. I really feel
for me,
it.
one of the ones was like, it was way back when we first, that illithid,
Yep.
the mind flip.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like,
The skin.
when you got flipped on us,
Yep.
and you tried to shoot Scree, who was stuck in that goo, with the javelin, and I was able, like, the clutch moment of like, you need to roll a 20 because Scree's gonna die. And it was, can I catch it? Catch it. Can I throw it back?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. It was just
Yeah,
like, roll a
yeah,
d20.
yeah.
If there was a time that like you needed a crit, that was it. And it was just, there was that.
insane moment.
What are some other, like, I've had quite a few that I've been like, wow.
Well, and
Your
when
dad?
you had to, meet with your dad.
Or even, I wasn't even here for it. And I get messages from Josie going,
So
fuck dude, they went after you. And I'm like, oh no!
Darryll had to miss an episode.
The one
and
time.
That was
Yeah.
probably the biggest moment of our pre.
Like,
And
oh god, don't.
we all like, okay, let's play anyway. Josie will give us some like side quest or something, but instead, all of us are like, we need to go and save Ramsey, and so.
Well, and to preface it, like, him and I have been talking, like, they won't do it. No, I don't think they'll do it.
Sure.
Yeah, well, the both of us, you know, like, maybe, but no, like
No, they wouldn't.
So it was just kind of like, oh, and then getting message from you going, dude, they went after you.
So we got,
Shit.
at the beginning of that session, we got, I think, a letter from Ramsey saying...
Yeah.
Was it from Ramsey or was it from...
No, it was from Frederick.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's from Ramsey's brother basically saying, I'm just gonna have a little chat with him for a while.
Well, actually, I think it's in the box.
And then he'll be... Oh, it's probably in the box.
Yeah, memories box.
You should look at it. But it says, you'll read it, but it says something to the effect of that, and basically, it's very clear that we're not supposed to go after him.
It's literally like, he will be returned to you after this discussion
Yeah, exactly.
in 1 day's
We were
time.
like,
Yeah.
fuck that. He's gonna
Yeah.
get returned to us now.
Yeah. Well, I remember, like, as Eon just saying, like, he's gonna die. Because she really believed that, and, like, by that point, your points were max.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, all that. Is that the one?
That's to Eon.
That's the one I wrote to you.
else.
Oh.
I don't think it's in here. Maybe it's in
Oh,
somewhere else. Well,
Anyway.
I think we have another
we
one
had a
going
nice
on
letter.
over there or something.
We have our anytime we have a physical memory from one of our sessions, we keep it in our little memories box.
Darryll especially likes to make stuff.
And I guess we
he's
just have another one
fantastic
over
at
there
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's the challenge. If you can figure out what this says.
I can figure
Okay,
I
we'll bring it
know
over
I
here
can.
so
I know I
see
can. I
there's
like a
thing we
puzzle.
can't see.
I made this originally for Josie
Oh,
and them.
yeah.
Is there a cipher?
I'll tell you it's written in Dwarvish.
Let's just put that aside, otherwise I will spoil the next time we're looking at
I
it.
just
Yes.
pulled that
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, there you go.
We
I
have a
got
box with a code on it.
I got really bored at work one day.
If you get it
I took
correctly,
a soldering iron and just went,
you get the
I
first
drew it all
lines
out and I
of
went,
slot.
this needs to look cool.
That'd be fun. We
So,
went after you,
yeah.
and then that led to. I remember you kind of like. You somehow managed to like walk. That's where we got horse too, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys
We
went
got.
first
That's
one
where we
away.
first got horse. So I think you just like random bullshitted us like tracking someone down, getting a horse that talked to Sola. Now this has become a major thing that Sola can talk to this horse. And then we went out into the woods basically,
Yeah.
and I just remember seeing your face being like, sure, you can. Yeah, sure, there's footprints. And then you kind of ended the session like just a little bit early, and you were like, and you come up to this cabin in the woods, and we're gonna end it right there.
Well, and I remember too, because like, I have yet to see or hear anything of Wintry.
Yeah.
Like, Josie was telling me, like, yeah, they went to the house and they dealt with your sister, and like she tried to eat one of you, or tried to eat Scree or something, and like
Yeah.
I was just like, oh no.
It was
We
a
also did go to your
stand-up.
house, and
Yeah.
she killed Iris.
Iris,
That was the
that's right.
first
Did
time
she?
Iris died.
It was basically her versus the party, a 1v like 5 or 6
Yeah.
standoff.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she was
And we were scared.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
when him and I talked,
You played her real fierce too. Like that's
Yeah.
like a bitch you don't want.
and that's how, like when him and I had talked about it, because we were like, okay, let's with the whole family tie thing and how
Yeah.
you know, I wanted her to be just primal.
Yeah.
Like she spends
is.
more time in her hybrid state than she does as a normal human.
Right.
And where his brother is more the, you know, like a cerebral assassin. He'll take you apart before you even know. Like, you walk into that fight and you've already lost.
You know,
So
I look back on that, right, and there were some very obvious consequences to that.
DK died.
and lost an arm.
Our friend DK, our lovely friend DK.
That's not his name.
No.
That's not his real name or his PC name,
No.
but that's what we call him.
Yeah.
No, he was an
DK.
8 health sorcerer who was in the middle of 3 ankegs while everyone else ran away. So the negative part was, you know, you left for 1 session,
Yeah.
and that derailed us for like 6 sessions.
Yeah.
Because then we had to go fucking like
Rescue my ass.
rescue
Yeah.
your ass, rescue DK's soul, and then resurrect him.
Yeah. And that's why this pre-built module got so
Yeah, I'm like, I can write my way out of this. Whatever. What are they gonna do? Tell me I can't?
Yeah.
Turn Waterdeep Dragon Heist into a 45 episode.
You know what? Like, I wouldn't have changed it for the world. I loved it.
And
It
the
was so good.
That was the negative. But the positives from that is like I got to play out 2 characters that immediately I loved doing so. Right? Like your sister and your brother became things that I'm like I think back on and I'm like, I wish I recorded that.
Yeah.
Because there was something in my head when I played those characters and it was like
Well, even when I came back in
That's
that
crazy.
next session,
fucking crazy.
like just the bit between
You and
and like him torturing,
Yes.
Yeah.
and it was just
like
like
fucking brand on you.
yeah, and even
I
still
know
in the
where
end,
you are ever.
exactly, and even in the end where it's just like I'm still smarter than you, like you can do what you want, but I will be you. And then at the end of it all, like all 3 of them still recognizing that their father is. You do not step up. You. He may be
He's
old.
the
He may
scary
be.
one.
Yeah. He like. You know nothing of what he's seen and done. Like he is the king on the chessboard. He doesn't need to move a lot. Everything else moves around him. So yeah, I really love that whole angle of it.
Like you 3 might have gotten that, but I think that like the party is just terrified of your siblings. It's like I don't think we've
'Cause
interacted
we've
with
never
your
met.
dad.
No, ever since.
We've kind of
No,
like
well,
heard of him a little.
Soda has a bit, and there was a little bit with.
Oh yeah.
Did you?
I do.
You've talked to him because I've had him use you as
Yeah.
Right.
Send him ascending.
Right. Yeah.
Talk to
And
him
he was
on the
literally
phone.
just like,
good.
yeah, bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Which-
I'm sure he is spooky, but like the rest of the party, we went over to the Vineland Estate thinking you were there. We interacted with Wintry, and Janelle, was scared of how you played her. Like that was
Awesome,
because
dude.
Eon went up to the gate and was basically like kind of just like not saying anything, staring and like debating whether to attack Wintry. And like
Jesus.
the way you
That would've been
said
bad.
basically "F off, go away" or else, I was like,
Oh.
sure, yeah, let's do that.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Let's not.
Ramsey,
Sorry, Ramsey.
And
Don't
you're
really,
not-
don't really care that much.
As a DM, it's like that's like
Yeah.
what you want to hear is like when I want to make something very clear that you should
Yeah.
not fuck with it at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
It has to come off like that.
Yeah.
Right? And that's
It
sometimes
did.
when I like
Little
interrupt
brother.
you guys, right? Like
Yeah.
and be like, no, actually.
Yeah.
Sit down. Like
Yeah.
that it has to
Yeah.
have that level.
She's gonna have to die though. Like.
Oh no,
someday-
there is like
Someday.
Someday she's gonna.
we've Josie and I have had conversations about like possible encounters and things like that that are gonna happen. Possibly, like I don't even know for sure. We just spitball with one another and stuff, but
like how that would play out.
there's been some definite ones. Like out of the 2 of them, like I have more leeway with Frederick, where it's because he's the middle child, like that. I was his plaything, like you know, like we kind of grew up together. Whereas Wintry has always been the top seat in the family.
Yeah.
You know, like she's the one like with the business. Like she goes out and oversees the big contracts.
Sure.
Not from a standpoint of making sure everything's being followed.
No,
From a
but
standpoint of we send her to make it not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just loves going for the hunt. She likes to hunt and kill shit.
Yeah.
And
She's,
when your family's in that business of hunting and killing magical creatures,
yeah.
And so, back to our question.
yeah.
Dion,
Yeah, what's yours?
what's your favorite moment for you on pre-stream? And then I do want to, we'll jump into Two Hills discussion.
Okay, cool, yeah.
I think the most significant point for Eon was we had one time fairly early on where her iris spider was destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And
There was the drow on the ship docks.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
and there was a couple of them, and one of them attacked. And I mean, this iris has like 2 hit points or something.
Yeah, this little spider, mechanical spider.
Yeah, mechanical spider. But the thing with Iris is that Eon had made Iris many times throughout her life, and she has memories of Iris being made and destroyed by others, and like even before she was able to make Iris magical, like animate Iris. But this is a major way that she learned her magic, is through like making little mechanical things out of scraps and stuff. And so that's why even now when she has like a fair amount of gold and can make stuff, she still makes her iris out of like rusted forks and like that's kind of what it is. But yeah, that was pretty significant because I had also been drinking a little bit, and so it was very sad. And it was very sad. This thing got destroyed, and Eon, I think what I did is I can't remember what the spell it, but she
Darkness.
no, that one wasn't darkness.
No,
that was the other one.
No.
But that one, she went
before.
feral. And so what she ran after them and just like full on charged
Clawed
for
them,
a
yeah.
turn and then jumped and like attacked with her like claws. And like that's not a very powerful thing
But you
mechanically or
shredded his
whatever.
fucking face.
Yeah. And it was with so much gusto.
Yeah.
And it was also like it was a moment for Eon afterwards where she just kind of like looked around at everybody and was like, "You're gonna leave now, right? Because now you've seen like
Right.
Nope.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
The dark side.
We kind of like briefly talked about it, but I think
Yeah.
me going through that whole thing, I was like, yeah, okay. He's just gonna stick around with you guys. Because also, like, the character is super antisocial, like the stereotypical antisocial PC, and so she really needed a reason to stick around, and it's like, well, they stuck around. So that was kind of, I don't know, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that.
That was a good moment.
Yeah.
Well, I think some of my favorite moments pre-stream have been in role-playing certain characters. I really love Three Orphans. Over at Hank's house.
Oh, yeah.
They were
They were
awesome.
cute.
Killing
They're
the
still
rats.
around though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
They're all
almost
alive.
died.
Yeah.
They were almost blown up.
died in
Yeah.
the fireball explosion.
Yeah.
But Sola did roll
Yeah.
that roll.
Pretty well.
That
You
special
rolled pretty
roll
well,
to
yeah.
save them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so yeah.
No, I loved them. They were awesome.
Yeah, and then, I think combat-wise, there's been like a few, like on the top of my head that like, kind of like pop out. Like I think what was really funny back with that Mind Flare combat was like you guys had the fish encounter with like the Krakatoans or whatever they were.
Yeah.
The little fish people.
Yeah.
There's like difficult terrain.
Yeah.
And then that went into like the Mind Flare stuff. But also the drow locked in the cell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anna. Dad? Like that?
There are some times when I'm like, holy fuck, you can't write that. And I'm like, "Anna, shut up."
Yeah.
That's too good.
Was that not
It's
planned?
No.
She just said
She
it.
just said it.
And I was just like,
Yes.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
Tick.
yeah.
We used to play with another player. Her name was Anna. She played Zray. She left us.
Lovely person though,
Lovely
fun
person.
player.
Yeah.
And hopefully we see her again.
Yeah.
I
Sometime.
miss the flying snake though. That's
Yeah.
what I miss.
Zor.
Yeah. Zor.
Zrain Zor.
It's Ray and Zor.
The
yeah.
fat snake.
Yeah.
The flying sausage.
Yeah. The orphans fed him so many rats
Yeah.
that he couldn't
Yes.
fly anymore, and so she had to put him on a diet. Yeah. Good
I think
times.
Good time.
one of my like non-combat ones was when we came back after that time.
Yeah.
And just to that point, I hadn't realized how much of an impact Ramsey had on Eon.
Mm-hmm.
Until it was like, no, I'm mad at you.
That you left.
You left me. And like that really hit home with him where he's now like, okay, I cannot leave her.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
whatever I do. Like, and there was always like the jokes about Ramsey and Sulla, but like it was never for me in that aspect.
Mm.
And like now, even still, like he's like with Eon, he's like, I've got to watch after this kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got to make sure that no matter what, they get through this. And that's why I find he's really protective of them now, is that like, don't make that deal. Don't, like, what are you doing? Like almost over.
Didn't agree to anything.
But it's not
He's on a
self-preservation
shirt.
in himself either.
No, yeah.
Right? Like,
It's
He'll-
just genuine care.
He's like, I'll sacrifice myself
Yeah.
to make sure that you I thought my life was bad. Oh shit, kid. I'm sorry. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
So it's.
Yeah, they care about each other.
yeah, they do.
Everybody
The
knows.
7 sins with a curve.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we started that
I love
at one.
Yeah.
And then it.
I
it's
didn't.
not on me, guys. I
No.
tried. I was like, you sure? You sure you want to pick a number in the name?
Well, that's why it was to just this.
Yeah. Just a
I
sense.
think it's hilarious.
I know, yeah.
To call
it
the
is
7
pretty-
sins and now only be like
Yeah,
5 of us.
Yeah.
Like, two of you have, like, split personality, and we're just,
Yeah.
like, waiting for it to pop out.
Yeah. That counts.
So,
Pets.
let's talk about this recent arc here. This
God.
Two Hills.
I think I need another drink for that.
How has the group felt about like the different gnomes they've met and the characters, the especially Fizzle, the grandparents, and Doric?
Fizzle has taken on some really, he's taken on a really fun personality. I don't know if he fully intended that for him or for him to stick around this long but he's taken on some really fun.
At first, I was like, Fizzle's kind of a character, but like, he grew.
Mm-hmm.
He grew and he grew and he grew and he grew. And you're just like,
He's not stop growing.
God damn it, I like him now. We gotta keep him around.
Well, and he was the subject of a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh,
You
God.
guys
yeah.
let out some fucking steam. After that
Like-
happened with the pools, I was like, they need a combat
Yeah.
like now.
We're
Fizzle's
so
gonna
bored.
die.
Yeah, so bored. Oh my god. I still
Well, it's
can't
just-
believe they did that.
Just
That was
hey,
pretty
well,
fun.
Scree, I get. Doesn't shock me.
Yeah.
Right.
Rhaenyra, I went,
Yeah, whatever's going on,
I know.
we need to probe at that a little bit. She's got a
But
little bit
it's
of an
like-
unhappy, like cohabitate, or what's the word? Codependency
Yeah.
kind of.
She mirrors occasionally.
Yeah.
like,
It's like, what's
yeah.
going on there, Rhaenyra?
Yeah.
Look at
Next
the
time
camera.
we do this, they're
they're here.
Yeah. Yeah, so tell us
both
about
in
all
here.
this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just
Explain
like,
yourselves.
"That's fine. I don't know."
we'll have an episode just unpacking their
Yeah.
Yeah, just the baggage.
Oh, the little enclave part where Scree stripped naked and ran in the water and all the fucking
Like the
dolphins.
dolphins.
Oh my
We have
God.
dolphin blood still. We can use.
Do we?
Yeah, we have
Oh,
fake
shit.
dolphin blood.
Oh shit.
Oh my! Did we get that on?
Has anybody actually been keeping track of what's in our bag?
That's exactly what I'm wondering. We've acquired so many things at this
Like,
point that I have no idea.
I know Kenny's been writing a lot of it down, but I don't know if they actually.
Anything that is important to me, I write down.
Yeah,
To
but that's
you?
like, yeah.
I mean, no, but that's what you should do.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter who holds it
Yeah.
because you're not going to remember that.
No.
At certain points, we are getting like at the stage now at level 9 even that there's you have to choose what not to use,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
I have
it
so
is
much
like
blood.
it's an organization thing, but
Yeah, we really haven't had a shopping episode in a hot minute. Well, now that we're just finally getting somewhere, that if we could spend money and not be
Yeah. Antagonized by
Yeah.
the robot police.
where's the license?
I'm not having to spend my money.
the grandparents of, oh man.
Like Soul's grandparents.
Oh.
I am so in love with the way Granddad treats Sola now, and
I sincerely hate him.
I especially loved the flashback that we just
Yeah.
did, where
Yeah.
you could see that
He wasn't
how
always,
he wasn't always that way. Things weren't always
Yeah.
that bad. things like
He was happy at one point.
Yeah, Sola came actually from a super happy place, and look at how things are now.
Yeah,
like they've really gone south. It's not always been this way.
I remember looking over at you, going,
I rewind to that moment all the time, and I just see like the eye contact.
Yes.
Oh, when we at first
we says something.
Yeah, at first Janelle and I are just like, okay, how do we figure out how to kill this fucker, bury the body, whatever? I'll eat it if I have to. Like,
how do we put grandma away? We're worried
exactly.
about her.
Because she can do some damage.
Yeah.
But
like,
Sola doesn't want that.
No, I know.
Sola loves these people,
Yeah.
even though they Granddad practically hates her now. They're still her family, and she owes them because they're in this situation because of her. That's why things are so bad.
It's just ooh, like
He's the worst of every
you press that button like that.
Ever had.
I loved being able to just kind of sit there and take
cower,
it. Because that's what's Sola is her situation that she's in.
Totally.
And afterwards, Josie and I had a super big bro hug to make sure everything was okay. But
I was like, that sucked, man.
And that's difficult to have to sit at a table with someone you're friends with, your brother-in-law,
destroy them.
And just berate them, belittle them, make them feel so small. But it's for such a cool story.
It's so much more passive than that, though, because he's just
exactly
because he's not outright. He's not insulting. He's not.
No.
It's more just
he would have let you stay in the house.
Yeah,
he was okay with you being there for breakfast.
You
know,
you
there
don't
is
exist.
That
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna pretend you're not even a thing. You're not worth my time.
Worse than a stranger.
And it was even the lines the right kind of magic or whatever it was. I was just I almost broke my pen. I was just sitting there oh, get out the dice and let me roll initiative. Fuck it, sorry, Sola.
Here's your D8.
But no, but Grandma, she's
also kind of a dick though because she lets her husband be a dick.
I think she does, but I also think if it ever got too far, I think she would pack up, take Sola, and they just fuck off to Baldur's Gate or something. You know what I mean?
I think Grandma knows where they're both coming from.
Yeah.
She knows it's not Solo's fault.
No.
She also knows that it's fully against everything that Cogsley is. And so she's in this uncomfortable in-between, stuck between the two of them, trying to comfort Sola, trying to keep Cogsley from just storming out at the drop of a hat. The mediator.
I also and they kind of it was hinted towards it, she's even got secrets with her little bit of sorcery, her magic. It was all, well, you're not, it may not be what you think. You may not be bad, this might have come from somewhere else.
That's a good point.
I think she kind of...
Maybe her magic's kind of like that, too.
Yeah, well, that's what I think is, the whole bit about Sola's magic being wrong, she's the light twister, is that had to come from somewhere. And I think it's down that path where there's some stuff that needs to be unpacked on Grandma's side that's just never been looked at. I didn't think it would be bodies in the basement in their house.
I thought it was.
I was
expecting some underground resistance or something.
Well, seriously, considering there just being a body double of Sola. After you said the joke or whatever, I was
oh my god,
Sola's the doppelganger.
Oh god,
Sola's body. Shit.
I can change it. I can make it work.
Yeah. Well, you want?
But alas, I'm sorry. certain things aren't supposed to be exciting.
It was still pretty exciting because Scree was involved.
Yeah.
So.
I thought it was the whole bedside, table.
Did you know that there was a dildo in that drawer until Scree looked in it?
The moment you said
What do you mean?
Did you plan that?
There was no
Grant?
dildo, there was a phallic-shaped object.
Okay, come
Is
on.
this Schrodinger's like drawer? Like I don't know.
I'm just wondering.
I don't know if there's a dildo in it until I open it. It could be there, it could be not.
Was it a prehistoric thing?
I love that.
I rolled dice and I figured it out. You know.
Amazing. Well, I mean, so what did we establish about it? It's phallic shaped.
We did.
Kind of made of wood. A little bit mechanical, right?
And big.
Figured it out. It's
It was
mechanical.
big.
it's
There's
wood.
like a
And Scree is in possession.
There's a metal coating. Yeah.
I thought Screen put it back.
I thought
I can't remember where it is.
Yeah.
It's probably in the bag of holding.
it's probably the
You guys are gonna be like, what's in here? There's something like.
Well, maybe like Eon will just get rid of the bag of holding and
knows?
everything.
Proof. Oh
Yeah.
God.
We already did that once.
The most unopportune time. Here, meet with these kings and queens.
She thought about doing that again after
Yeah.
that battle because she's really.
Oh, you were mad.
She's currently very mad at Scree,
Yeah.
but also in a situation where like they're kind of stuck behind hostile lines. So she,
We have to get along.
Yeah. You cannot save in this area.
yeah.
Yeah.
No quick saves.
Yeah,
No
sorry.
reloads.
Well, not like I was thinking like Ramsey's. It's not that Ramsey hates Scree. Scree is just chaos incarnate,
Totally.
and he cannot. No.
Yeah, he can't
Just-
help himself.
And Ramsey's sitting there going like, I know all of the places that this leads to
Mm.
with somebody like you, and none of them are good. Will I be there to help you out? Yes, begrudgingly, but like even when I did the recap and it's Scree's got something. Like that is the antithesis
Scree, yeah.
of, and I just I love how Kenny plays it.
I do want to say with that encounter, because there was some I rewatched what Belle told you guys, and she specifically says, and I quote, "Make sure everything's turned off, or else we'll have a real big problem."
Ah!
I do actually
Specifically
remember that.
says that.
But the first thing Scree does is pick it up and put it in, and it's like that's 100% what Scree would do.
Oh, yeah.
Shiny, what's this do?
Yeah.
And it's like before anyone could be like, ah.
No.
But you pay that off, right? Like Scree doing that also allows you to have Scree there for other things,
Yeah.
right?
It-
Like all the lock picking and
It is.
crits on sneak attack. You kind of there's the pros and cons.
You gotta take
Creating,
it,
a,
Scree.
creating a distraction.
Scree has
while
weaknesses.
We inspect the obelisk. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like, hey, can you come sneak with me? Let's make a distraction.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Come get your heads! Hey,
Like,
hey,
like how brilliant that was.
Oh my
though.
God.
Oh yeah.
Like I actually wish Kenny was here so we could like ask them about how that came up.
had
that's-
no business working.
No.
And worked perfectly.
That was absurd.
God.
That was absolutely absurd.
that the sneaky one goes
Yeah.
in.
And
It's
she
like,
was,
let's sneak over here. Then the sneaky one's gonna go and do this other
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Hey, hats off to you. Like, you do in a
Hats
like,
off.
yeah. But like
I'm so lame. Oh my god.
when when people aren't here, you do an amazing job filling it. Like it's
Your Scree impression is pretty great.
oh yeah, like it's
That's
it's pretty
hard.
bad.
It's not the same as
It's not the same as
No,
No.
God no. But on the same hand, it's like it softens the blow a little.
Yeah.
So
And kind of like on that line too, I really actually appreciate having Scree in the party because the rest of the group is so something stuck up their butt.
Serious?
Yeah, like, but is serious even the right word? Like,
They follow rules in their own way.
yeah, weird.
Lawful.
No,
No, yeah, they're lawful. They follow the rules, whatever the rules are.
I guess.
Yeah. Just some of you are lawful evil, and some are
Yeah, yeah, actually.
That's what
oh,
that
no.
means.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Oh no.
You're all lawful to some degree. Scree is full
Yeah.
chaos.
Yeah. Neutral.
Chaotic
and
neutral.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Right?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eon
Here for the
especially.
party.
Eon especially is lawful evil.
Well, I don't
in my
have to
opinion.
think about it that way because that's like super evil. The lawful evil's a word kind of.
I'd say Eon's more lawful and
Yeah.
not neutral, but like half a foot into evil. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
Half a
she's
foot
been
into
changing.
evil makes evil.
Yeah. No, she's been like changing slightly. Like I
Yeah.
don't. She's never gonna be like altruistic or anything, but she's been like more concerned about collective, like her collective people.
well, and everything that's been happening so far in Two Hills, I am honestly the one thing I am the most fearful of is you. Like it's, I can just sit there and like I can imagine all these things that are gonna happen, and I'm like, Eon's gonna turn into a god. We're gonna end up having to try and kill Eon, or try and bring them back. But like it's just like, did we just create a new archdevil?
Eon is most scared of Scree. Because
I can
he
believe
is
that too.
so fucking chaotic
Can't
at
be
all
predicted.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just does stuff like that, and it's like, ah!
And Eon is very calculated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And so Scree is absolutely the opposite. Polar opposite.
And that's why I don't get Rhaenyra, because Rhaenyra, I feel like she is also pretty calculated. So I don't understand. I don't understand.
We'll have to
I
ask
know-
Rhaenyra sometime.
I know more.
Yes.
Well, you do, because you guys had the secret chat that we
Yeah.
weren't allowed to talk either.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I know more that it kind of, it's still a lot of it I'm kind of like, huh, interesting. But I get why some of it.
Well,
And well,
let
the
out
same-
your secrets. This
But
is the time.
no. Actually, full moratorium on Rhaenyra backstory and talk.
Damn it.
Because
Yeah.
that is something me and her
Yeah.
have been working together, and she would like to explore at the table.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I
Not
can't
in any
wait.
other capacity.
I
We
can't
know
wait
the
until it
least
happens.
about Rhaenyra.
Exactly.
We do.
We know she keeps following us around and helping us.
Yeah.
She bleeds for you guys.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is, right? Like,
And when we've asked her a few times, though, she's really vague about it.
Yeah.
And we've never really pushed, but at some point we're really going to have to push. Because especially if weird stuff keeps happening. Like, she had, one time again, before stream, she had like a giant eye basically
Yeah.
appear above her head, looking at her.
it's Spell.
Yeah.
We,
And
like,
I think it was only Scree that could see it, right? Because of his weird eyes or something?
Mhm.
Was that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct?
that was it.
So
And
somebody's
'cause-
scrying on her.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is fun. This is fun when you're on the other end, like, I know!
Damn it all. I do have some suspicions
Yeah.
about her, but
They're probably wrong.
I think they're right.
Believe me, when they told me, I was just. So.
I'm pretty great though.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yeah, there are secrets for sure. I think there is going to be like some more, like there won't be secret forever. I think
No.
by level 12 or level 13, everyone's personal backstory secrets will be kind of in some way out to the party or progressed.
Yeah.
That is kind of up to your guys' interpretation of how you want to play stuff. But there will be physical changes to your character depending on what you do.
Oh shit.
Right? You won't be able to say, "Yeah, I'll do that for you," and not have some sort of sign of that.
It's fair.
Right? There, and
Should
every
say
one of you
consequences.
guys is fucking with a power much higher than you. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
That is kind of true.
Yeah.
I don't really know Rhaenyra's yet. And Scree may be a genie. Still.
Oh. Totally a shit.
Yeah, but we don't know where that's sat, right?
Yeah, it's true. That's
We don't know-
true.
We don't know where that ended up.
Yeah.
Oh, there's lots of fun stuff to explore. These characters are really well fleshed out. Like they are super fun to
I've-
explore.
It's amazing where they've come.
Yeah.
Him and I have talked on the drive home, and like I said, like, especially once we started filming, like, I just watched this massive leap between all of us in like character progression. Like it went from hi, yeah, we're playing to all of a sudden it's like
Playing.
like no, and it's not always like deadly serious.
We've had some really funny moments.
Yeah,
too, on
for
stream.
sure.
Like the toe moments and like
Yeah,
some of the shit with
And
Fizzle
dildo.
in the
Yeah,
house.
like
Yeah.
there's been many, you know.
How do you want a dildo?
Nice.
You have to ask Grandma.
She has an answer.
Yeah.
Jizzle fuck bottom.
Yeah.
Um,
This show is not for kids.
no.
Yes, you just-
Every time I upload to YouTube, I'm like, not for children. Not for children.
Yeah. Our babies would really like to watch this. They're not allowed to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's Two Hills will have some things with it, but I think there's more things planned.
Yeah.
Two Hills is a very small encounter in my brain.
That's
it-
kind of frightening because it's
Yeah.
developing into like
We're still gonna be here for months.
yeah.
It takes
Like we
Conspiracy
barely
or-
ticked away at the surface of this.
Yeah.
There's not, and I'm gonna, like, there's always like the pacing question, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, we will play something for as long as it's fun in a
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
And I think there are things in Two Hells that I would like to come out a little bit and still have to, kind of, give you the opportunity to play with if you'd like to.
Yeah.
But after that, we will be moving fast. There might be a few times where I'm just like, fast travel, you're there.
Poof.
Like,
Oh,
no 2
No
days
travel.
of...
Somebody's learned the
So-
teleport spell.
Yeah. Or somebody decided to fucking pick you guys up.
Hey, I can always
It's
point shift us.
entirely possible.
Yeah.
Like I thought about that in that fight with after the year and then instantly
The
enrolled.
3 enforcers.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm like, I'm showing Janelle my screen. Like, do I pull this pin now? Like,
Yeah. And I was like, wait until we have no other option.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
because it's a one-way ticket.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't know. Did I poof one out?
You did.
You did have
Yeah, I
one.
did.
When
That's
we
right.
got
There's one in the
Roderick.
There sure is
Doric.
one.
Yeah, there's one.
Alright.
There's one in the Fey realm right now.
Yeah, there is. Just a bunch of
Just
mechanical,
rolling around.
magical parts in the Feywild.
He's
That
just
happens there.
arresting Faye left and right.
Where is your permit?
Oh
State
no.
your name.
Yeah.
State your name. State your name. I don't have a name. Does not
Is there-
compute.
The Sealy Court or something is gonna just like
Is it-
capture
yeah.
this thing
Oh,
and
God.
make an army.
Is there
Uh-oh.
truth?
That's gonna be like
What did you
Arthur
do?
3.
Thing? Yeah.
What did I do? I've just mechanized the Fey.
Oh no! That is so bad.
Guys,
Yeah.
don't spoil.
That sounds terrifying. Let's spoil that so it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
No.
Make everybody spoiled.
Oh no, that'd be fun. I am looking forward to when we can plane travel
Yeah.
and like experiment with some of that too, because we haven't done that with these characters, have we? We haven't.
Nope.
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 No,
And
that's
that's an
like
aspect.
dreamy type stuff.
Yeah, that's an aspect of like D&D that I'm totally unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've now been playing for a good 2 years, and so we know our characters, we know the game mechanics, we know
Yeah.
the mortal plane, but like
That's
there's this
it.
whole other multiverse out there that like I'm totally unaware of. I know they exist.
Me too,
Well-
man. Me too.
There's 9 levels in the Hells.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
That would
Right.
actually be something you should look at.
Great.
you know what? I'm gonna
Go to the
laugh.
Hells.
Like I'm gonna laugh if Asmodeus turns out to be like your dad.
Oh, can you imagine?
Like, just. Oh, hello.
Just no big deal.
I'm the Everlove.
Yeah, we know Everlove. We
That's
don't know
about
much
it.
about that. We know it's like a really old name for something.
Old.
So that like in my mind I'm like,
Translated 3 times over.
Yes.
Yeah, like it is
So
as
that could
close
be-
as you can get. This is what it's called.
that could be like some entity that has been forgotten to time, or that could be like some entity we know by a different name, or it could be just like totally freaking made up, like someone just like, do you know?
We're gonna call you Bob.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
What do you think feels right?
What do I think feels right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's some sort of familial type relationship. Other than that, I don't really want to speculate too much because I don't think Eon is.
Concerned
Yeah.
in any way.
No, she's definitely concerned. Like Eon,
Just not to make a deal.
she won't make a deal because she knows that she shouldn't. But she also like, I just enjoy playing this character so much because I'm a kitten and like in real life. And she's really not who I am. I'm like everyone's step on a bug.
Like a giant.
Biting my tongue as her
Okay,
husband.
whatever. I'm a good person. I'm definitely not a demon of the 9 hells. But
Just like a tiger, though, not a cat.
Lauren, if
Fair.
you need an escape, blink twice.
anyways, so she's just really fun because she is compartmentalized so much in her life. Like, all these people have dealt with trauma, and so she's really good at just like not really thinking about like too deeply about the motivations of things or the consequences of things, because that eventually everything is going to go to shit anyway, and so she's just going to be on guard at all times until that happens.
Yeah.
And so she's just kind of like, this is really weird, this feels right, and also she believes that she is inherently evil. What she believes is that she was probably born to like 2 humans who saw that she was a devil and cast her out. Like
Yeah.
that's what she believes about herself. And she grew up being told that she was evil and bad and everything was wrong with her, and like in this like I guess orphanage that she was in or home or whatever. And so that's just like what she believes about herself. She believes that she is inherently evil, but she doesn't like really want to be.
Yeah, she's
You know?
not genuinely
Like-
actually bad.
I mean, I think she is pretty bad, but like
Well,
she
bad, like you can do bad things, but you're not.
she has a shame about it though.
Yeah, like
it's a shame response, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's largely like a nature versus nurture. I think my perception of her is it might be more of like a nurture type thing,
Yeah.
but she believes it's nature.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. It's fun to play this character,
Yeah.
but as a result, she hasn't thought too hard. I'm looking forward to the surprise. I know a few
taking
things.
one.
I threw some things at you, so I have some ideas of what might be coming. But yeah,
I'm really enjoying seeing how fucked up Solo really is under the surface.
yeah.
Like there is this shining, there is this shining chrome coat on the surface, but underneath there is rust.
Yeah.
And it's like just seeing just even like the little bits of like the cursing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And dealing with Doric.
What actually made you pissed off? Yeah.
Well, but even like
Yeah.
it's
She has a little bit of a temper.
in that last fight though, even just like, well, that didn't work. Fuck it, I choose violence.
Yeah.
Like, and the person who predominantly the whole time, guys, we've got to be no, don't, oh, please, to now, fuck you, bitches, it's on. Like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Sola, like, you know, I think that she wants to do good, but she knows that when push comes to shove, she's gonna defend her friends.
Yeah.
She's gonna fight for her friends. She'll fight for what's good or right or whatever.
yeah,
In a situation like that, it's kind of like, we can't get out of here anyway, so I gotta do something to save my friends.
Yeah.
So I guess we're fighting.
but it's nice to see because it's finally Sola almost standing up for themselves.
Yeah,
And being
she's
like, you know
definitely
what?
learning that.
I'm not taking this anymore. I'm not helping anymore. I'm not helping everyone else. I'm helping me.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like it or not, like I just see it as her like finally going. That's it. You know, like somebody who's always trying to look at the world through rose-colored glasses and finally going. That's it.
I'm done
Like,
being taken advantage of.
well, yeah. Then you know, like I don't need to bend to you. You can bend to me for once. You know, like I'm really enjoying her starting to really kind of see that arc coming in,
Yeah.
So,
and I still don't have a freaking clue what the hell that black thing is.
That's she keeps encountering the or what?
Well, yours and the
And
one that
That's
mine.
interesting.
Oh,
You
yeah, yeah,
both
yours,
have a
sorry,
black
yeah.
shadow type thing. I wonder if that's important.
I don't know. Could be coincidence.
Think on it.
Black's a common color.
It is a color. It is not a color.
It's not a color. It's the absence of
It's
color.
a common black of color.
Isn't art history like a whole theme in this campaign so far?
well, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, like.
Certainly made it a theme.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
I love the little moments too, like your cooking.
Yeah.
Like the progression where it went from egg
yeah.
and
I
not even
cooked
egg.
egg.
Yeah, like
One egg.
Would
Yeah.
you like to have egg?
yeah, like, to now it's like Iron Chef Sola.
Yeah, and I mean Sola when we were growing up in Waterdeep
Yeah.
in our campaign,
Yeah.
it's like we're gonna need to eat. Nobody here knows how to cook. Somebody needs to learn, and so Sola took it on, and yeah, and because she wants to nurture
Yeah.
her friends, take care of people.
Mother Hen's still there. Yeah.
Yeah. She has that that helpful spirit in her. But yeah, I mean, there's tons of little things. I love Eon's quiet insistence that she has when she's approaching any subject. Ramsey's fieriness when he is confronting something or someone. Like, I don't know, there's lots of little facets of each character that are lots of fun when they come out in our RP. So,
well, and I find like there's been like very much strong characters, and I don't mean like physically or whatever, but like strong-willed at points. But also we've had those moments too where they've been weak and you know, like very no guard, no armor up, no, you know, like some of the moments you and I have had where it's just like, this is how it is, this is what it is, you know. Or even like the last one, that last rest with just Ramsey and Sola talking, like that one for me was just huge, and it really made me think about, again, it's like Scree, where it's like I felt honestly bad because I reached over, and that's just how Ramsey reacts. It's like that snap,
heat of the moment.
Yeah, like you almost hurt the pack.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, it's the alpha. I hate this terminology, but like it's the alpha putting one of the betas back in line.
Right. Yep.
Like, no, and then Rhaenyra kind of going, if you do that again, I'll kill you.
No, you know.
Well, it's on the same hand. Like,
she's scary. Like she's
like, you want to be the alpha and make that choice, you have to fight for it. Let's go. I'm not going to let you do that.
Here's the thing, though. Ramsey's afraid to let go. Because if he does, it doesn't stop. He's walking out of a room covered in viscera, kind of a thing. Like, I kind of led onto it when in the sewers there, when you guys all ran up. That was one of the few times that he finally
We never fully found out about that though.
Nope.
You never
No, we don't.
No, you guys have no clue really. What happened?
What he has done, actually.
Yeah.
That you just
Like he's
ripped someone apart.
he is always on that razor's edge of just.
Yeah, I might just snap at a moment's
Well, and he sees the lure that Wintry followed. I can be powerful. I can be fearsome. I can be all of these things. And
just let go.
Yeah, and no one will ever be able to hurt me. But on the same hand, he clings to his humanity. Like he still believes, whether it's a lie or not. Like this is one of those things I don't know. That his mother is in the Garden of Recompense. That she is in one of those crystals, because that's what Urtros told him all his growing up. Oh well, your mother's out there somewhere. Maybe one day, I'll tell you. So, yeah, no, it's
a fucked up family.
Yeah.
No one chose regular families.
No, I found that funny because we all have.
Great little.
It is. It does. It works.
In a way, Sola's family is maybe the closest thing to normal.
And you're really fucked up.
And
still.
we're really fucked up.
I really loved Scree. And the old tie-in, I don't know whether it was on purpose or not, from like our previous game where Kenny played Scree.
Scree, yeah.
And then how it was just
the Akakuka.
Yeah, like it was just a very cool nod that I really appreciated. That they went, oh, I wanted to do this with this character because it just didn't work out. Yeah. So, giving it the other kick at the can kind of a thing. So I've loved as much as Ramsey doesn't hate Scree, because in the end, if someone goes after Scree, he'll tear them apart.
Yeah.
Because it's love it or hate it. Everybody's got that weirdo in your family.
Yep.
So, but I don't know. I love how they're playing it. I love how everybody is playing their characters. I think it is just. I wouldn't change it for anything. Any bad decisions, any good decisions we made, it's been.
Yeah, that's where all the fun comes from.
Yeah.
When bad decision gets made.
Good. Yeah.
Oh no.
I do, and that's the fun balance thing. It's I build up this encounter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so what happens if I don't put the thing in the thing? I'm like, well, I guess nothing happens, and I have to be okay with that, or show that something could happen at the very least.
Yeah.
Right. But it is.
You know what's gonna happen.
Every group needs a guy that's going to push the button.
Yeah. No, and I love
That's
the
just
fact
how
that
it
you
is
just
from like a DM perspective. Like
throw
you need
that
that
carrot out there.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
You still have the choice not
Tugging the lure.
to, but it is so tempting too.
Yeah.
You
so
just
tempting.
say yes. Just say yes. Just
Oh, there's been so many times where even like I myself have been like, do it. But my character, like Ramsey's just like, oh God, no. We're not sitting there going, screw it.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
It's a balance.
Like,
Yeah.
part of me's wanting to like, kick Kenny into the table. Like, why haven't you done this yet?
Hey, get it, get it,
Yeah.
get it. Yeah.
That's one thing too. I really appreciate the lack of metagamey, pigeony kind of stuff between us. Like,
yeah.
Even when we are, it's like we always check in with you. Like, okay, hey, like, what's your, would I, wouldn't I, would they, like,
yeah.
so.
And if it's no, then we just we don't.
Deal with it. Yeah, move on.
I'm a
So.
generous bitch. If you can,
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
if you can
Pitchy on it.
pitch
Yeah.
me, like,
Yeah.
somebody,
give it.
it's fucking
DM
Shark
it,
Tank
throw
right
it
now,
all.
and I
Yeah.
need you to roll a 20. Like,
Yeah.
get going.
Yeah.
But, because I appreciate that. It's like,
Yeah.
if my character is a level 12 fighter and I'm falling off a building, I want to be able to try and stick my fucking sword in the side of the building
Yeah.
as I'm falling down and use it to,
Yeah.
Anything you can.
I want to.
yeah.
I want to be able to do shit like that. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
fantasy, even if it's not like a mechanic. There's no
Yeah.
slide. I'm not a monk, but fuck me if I don't want to try that shit. Right?
It's a rule of cool,
Yeah.
and I think we follow that as well
Oh,
too.
totally.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
but nobody takes too much of like, oh, well, I can get away with this because I'm going to make it really cool, blah blah. But it's
Yeah. There's a good balance, I think.
yeah, we follow the mechanics well enough,
Where
and still have flair to it,
Yeah.
So
everyone, that's like the basis. Sorry. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
I have a question for you.
Oh,
About
yeah.
solo.
Questions. Solo questions. Character
Yes,
questions.
because I was thinking about something as we were talking about your character, and I realized that Sola is always so happy-go-lucky all the time, and you really just want to be, I don't know, appreciated. Well, kind of like you want people to know that you're doing good, I guess, is what it is.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you have someone kind of be super interested in you, you are no longer chipper. You're no longer happy. Discuss. Do you do that on purpose, or are you just really annoyed at David?
Yeah.
So let's talk about Dory.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh god.
Dork
The
was
dork discussion.
a lot. Roderick
love
was
that.
a lot.
Derek.
So part of it is that like
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Soul is afraid to be recognized right now too, because she is a light twister.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. I just did that, but that's okay.
I've been doing it this whole time.
Okay. Perfect. Sorry, everybody. If you're wearing headphones, I guess rip. But
Yeah.
We'll adjust it in post.
just edit it and
Thanks for
adjust
giving
it,
me more to do.
mix it.
You can do stuff with sound,
Yeah.
with audio tracks and the
Yeah.
and
Just drag and drop. I don't get what the problem is.
yeah, those are the words. Those are the
That's
words.
how
Sorry,
easy it
It's
is.
as easy as that these days.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sola's afraid of being recognized because she's a light twister, and that is fully negative connotation amongst her people, the place she's from. And so when someone knows who she is, they probably also know what she is. And so she's then afraid of the consequences of that, I guess. And so even someone as innocent as Doric, who,
Anything?
I was gonna say
Well,
I mean, whatever he is,
your husband.
You did it to yourself.
he did. It was for the sake of a cover story.
it did work.
As much as it could have.
Yeah,
30
as
seconds.
much as it could have.
That's
Yeah.
all it takes.
And so yeah, I think it's a bit of like a fear of herself, fear of who she is, and what people will think of that. Like she's always been afraid of herself, because even when she was telling you guys who she was,
Yeah.
she was afraid of that. And then you obviously her friends accepted her regardless.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably a theme that she'll have for quite a while. is like she in the last episode, she said never be afraid to be who you are, but she's afraid to be who she is.
Oh, we're all a bunch of just walking
Hypocritical
contradictions.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
All of you.
I do find it interesting.
Except Scree.
Yeah. He's the purest one out of all of us.
Yeah, he's the most honest.
The goodest, the most honest.
Most true to self.
Yeah.
Probably still also the goodest, I might argue. Yeah.
Has committed the least amount of felonies. All his shit's misdemeanor,
Don't know
man.
that, man. Don't know about that.
Okay. But I do find like interesting that you say like she's been branded with like this is the worst thing and everything. But like to what you found and like what you and Scree found is almost makes me start to think like history was rewritten in the town of Two Hills.
And it's hard to pick out like how exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's kind of unclear exactly what narrative was / is /
Right.
And who
So-
like is the good guy really the good guy? Is Lyther Tida actually in charge, or is it this
Is
other entity posing as?
is it a puppet government of some kind?
Yeah,
Puppet
you know what I
religion?
mean? Yeah, like
We
it's
don't know.
really.
But then where do your powers come from?
Right.
But that's my thing is because they have that, like
There's something
bell
that
tolls. Wow. I guess you've tweaked it for radiant damage instead, but
Right, which is Sola's thing. She only, to state it plainly, a cleric typically would do either radiant or necrotic. Sola has access only to radiant magic, and so everything she does is tainted with radiance, essentially. And so I actually did that because I knew that, you know, when we were first starting out, I wanted to be a cleric, and I wanted like a quirk about her, and I know that radiance and necrotic damage types are practically rarely resisted ever, and so they're kind of equivalent. So what if just everything was radiant, and that could be a flaw in a way?
No, I love it.
And so and then we've kind of built this whole story out of that.
And
Josie has at least.
No. It's
You gave the name
it's
at least.
It's collective.
Two Hills.
It's collective storytelling, guys. Like I can only do so much without you guys at the table, and it's not fun to watch me just put that out there.
Totally.
Right? It's only fun if you guys fuck around with it and break it and laugh and enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes it fun. So.
totally.
So, were there other light twisters?
Yeah.
That's
I
a
don't
question
know.
in my head.
That is not something I know.
Yeah. Sola did not study that.
Like Sola, she obviously wouldn't have learned it herself.
Yeah.
She's also like 20 years old as a gnome, which is not very old.
That's
They gave it a name. So if they gave it a
It
name
had to have
that
been,
fast,
So it had to have been something.
and I'm like, why would? So there's something weird. Maybe there's some demonic energy. So maybe it's like maybe there's demons behind this all, or
That's
something like
my
that.
key thing I keep thinking, like when we
So-
saw that mural where it's like the two forces. Something happened at Two Hills. We know that. Beyond what's currently happening, like way, way back. Even because Cogsley had it in that journal. So it's like, it's been documented. That's why, as much as I hate it, I hate that prick.
Yeah, that was helpful information though.
We need to go back and be like, what's this?
Yeah, and he would still remember if he would tell. But doesn't it make you wonder, like, why would... Okay, so let's just go with this assumption that there's demons of something evil kind of behind all of this. What would they get out of trying to force people to keep their magic separate? Because in my head, I'm like, it has something to do with power then, right? Because a lot of these entities, it's about, like, religious, like, power, like worship or something giving power, or it's like deals or contracts or, you know, whichever way it goes, right? So it's like, what do they get out of that? So maybe it's like they don't want people to mix up the magic because they need you to use necrotic magic. Because it's like, maybe because it's the good guys know that the necrotic magic's gonna do something, or the bad guys know the necrotic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's something. There's something to do with that.
They're trying to hyper focus one style.
For some reason.
Yeah, they banked out, they've thrown all their chips on black, and they need you to come up with black. You know,
Josie's
this
trying
is-
not to make a face.
I thought I was doing a pretty good job.
Trying to really be like, I have no comment. You.
I think there's so much, like, especially in all too else, and bravo, hats off to you for, like, just again, here's my puppet strings dance with you. Like, 'cause I don't know, for me it's like, you got me. Like, I'm like, ooh, what's this? What's that? Like, why didn't you do this? You should have. Fuck these robots. Like, it's just like it is there for me. Like,
Okay, another theory.
Shoot.
Lethartida is a false deity,
That's what I mean.
but like in this case, like maybe still good, but had to do some kind of weird deal to get power. And now Lethartida in this case is like wanting to like hide all aspect of the fact that at one point Lethartida didn't have power or was beat or something like that.
Or
And so now it's just like hanging on.
that in that conflict we saw in the mural, Lethartida lost.
Or like it was losing, and like we don't really know what the conclusion was, but it like
But
there
it's
was a
like,
bigger
Oh,
army.
if there is a conclusion.
Or if there is a
my thought process is they lost, but the other side took so many losses and lost so much power. They have to feed off of whatever was left, so they pose as to draw in everything they can.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, I just have like there's so many, and same with you and the damn Everlove.
We can focus on that later. So we accrue a few more
Fucking Lash.
deals.
Yeah.
I could not
follow-ups.
wait.
Yeah.
I could not wait because I talked to Josie about this in the car. I'm like, I can sense fiends. His answer, yes, you can. Okay. And I just said, I'm like, I'm gonna call her out on it. And he's like, go right ahead.
What do you mean?
You mean when you
when I-
called out Lash?
Lash.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Like, and it was
Episode 1.
yeah.
I see. I was like, I thought you meant now, and I was
No.
like, who's the fiend?
Lash has been pretty good to you guys
Yeah.
recently.
So
Yeah.
far.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I care about him quite a lot now.
No,
like,
Well, and
I've taken Iris's place a little bit.
and that's the thing. Even like for Ramsey, he's like,
Better at following orders.
I don't want to trust it because I know about them and everything is just screaming, this is bad. But I'm like, I can't say anything because I know, like, Ramsey in his own head is like, I've already accepted things. I've already, like, he's very much, I don't want you to make the same mistake I just made.
Right.
Whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. Like, he doesn't want to see, he looks very much at Eon like a budding daughter. And, like, he almost, like, I don't know, I've talked before, and I've been meaning to get a hold of you about this. Like, in parts of it, it's even, like, he wants to pass on a legacy. Because he knows he's flawed. And there's a good chance, like, he probably won't walk this whole way through this campaign. Like, there's been quite a few times where it's...
Yeah, I'm
Close
waiting for that to happen.
Yeah.
To someone, sometime. Like, we've had some close calls.
Cause, well,
Somebody
and-
dying isn't,
It's not the end of
End
all
of the world.
things. And
But it
we
could be.
have...
But yeah,
we
well,
have
that's
some
what your
tools,
soul
but
is
it could
kind
be,
of
yeah.
like claimed. So I feel like if you did die, well, I mean, not that yours is the only
Yeah.
one, but like,
we don't exactly know yet, yeah. But, no, it's...
so what does Ramsey think it is? Like, or what do you think it is? The whole spirit thing. Like, what kind of, is it a contract you've entered into? Is it like a?
Yeah, it's from what I'm guessing, it's definitely something that when he said yes, that was enough for it to, whether it feeds off the energy or whatever, it is now, there is something anchored to him, and that's even part of why he's changing color. Like, the coat is slowly evolving. It's also why he's kind of drawn away from Sola, is that, like, he doesn't want to. He admired her so much. Like, I make the joke about Little Red Riding Hood, but it was partly like he wanted that to have that connection of like, oh no, like, the wolf's not always the bad guy. See, look, I've got,
Yeah.
so, but it's like he kind of gave in. He had that moment of weakness and said, you know what? Yes, if I want to do what I want to do, I cannot do it without saying yes. Or at least that's what he believed. So he agreed. And I still have no clue what ramifications. Other than a couple little things like, I get a message from him going, oh, hey, by the way, you now know Wall of Fire. Flavor it how you want. I'm like, new tattoo? Sounds good. And then that was a whole
That was very helpful
thing.
to have. So
Well,
Yeah.
and it's...
How cool would that have been to just be like, oh, I'm going about my day. My DM texts me, you now have Wall of Fire.
That's almost how it happened. Like, it's really hard. Like with
I
a
guess you
blood
liked
hunter.
the offerings I brought you last time.
Yeah.
Car's extra warm.
It's got those heated seats.
It really puts me in a good mood.
But like there's lots of little things like that. Even I was looking over again from your comment. Was it last week or the week before? Where like, hey, everybody should really check their shit.
Yep.
And
Yep.
you need to stay the hell away from me.
Yep.
Why?
Because if I ever die,
Something bad happens.
I go boom, and so do you.
Oh, right.
All
Yeah.
Infernals, Celestials, or in Fae.
Right.
And in this
And
capacity,
what causes that?
his armor given to
Yeah,
him
yeah.
by his family.
Yeah.
On his death, it banishes all Celestials, Fiends, and Fae within 30 feet.
I don't think I'm a fiend.
Oh, you are now.
You.
I'm sorry. Like normally, tieflings aren't.
Wow, that
do
was
not
a
feel
drop
pain.
right on my head.
Not feel good. Yeah.
You know how you have that thing, hellish rebuke,
Yeah.
hellish.
But regular, it's not a regular thing for a tiefling to have an imp
No.
following them around, to care about blood magic to the level you do. You are not entirely tiefling.
Mhm. Yeah.
You don't know that. At least Eon doesn't, but Janelle does.
Yeah. No, Eon fully believes that she is just all the way evil, from
Yeah.
the hells. She
Yeah.
just
Which is why she would probably,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you would be considered under that.
So I go boom, and I take
Yeah.
I
I remember that.
Solo will stand there going,
It's warm.
oh, Ramsey farted again. Oh my god. Can I go back to that carriage ride? And the beautiful string of,
Fart euphemisms.
oh my god. That is poetry, my friend.
No.
Pure
No.
poetry.
Don't encourage him.
I haven't had a moment like that in a few episodes.
But
Get thinking.
Yeah. Don't slack now. Okay.
the soloisms have sort of,
We've been busy.
Yeah.
The tone hasn't been right.
yeah.
I need to wait for my moment.
That's when Eon started calling Rhaenyra the angry.
Yeah.
She was just staring angrily when
Just
we were talking.
glaring,
Just
yeah.
glaring. Ramsey, are you telling my secrets? Which we don't even know what they are, but Ramsey does.
Rhaenyra has
Trust issues?
yeah, her social skills are a little different.
Yeah.
And you can tell from how she's kind of immature in some ways. And
But also has-
that with Spree.
Yeah.
But she has this huge moral compass
Mm-hmm.
and an immediate mission as soon as she sees something she needs to kill.
Yeah.
There isn't a lot of
Yeah.
oh, we should do something. It's we're doing it or not.
Just fucking go.
Yeah.
She doesn't mess around.
No.
Maybe that's the chaotic energy that
A little bit, yeah.
I just
In for a penny, in for a pound kind of a thing. I do like the dichotomy between the two. It's
a cool pairing.
well, and it gives Scree the freedom of, hey, wait a second, I do have that bigger, older sibling carrying around a big stick.
Yeah.
I get away with this shit. Yeah.
Rhaenyra says it's okay.
Yeah.
Rhaenyra can pick up Fizzle.
Well, you can totally see Scree trying to pickpocket somebody in the bar, getting caught, and they're like, "I'm gonna beat
So mean.
Well, they're like, "I'm gonna beat the hell out of you." And Scree just looking at him, going, "You ain't gonna do shit," because Rhaenyra's standing right there. It's just that
I
I
was scared for Fizzle there because one of those pools was not a kind pool.
I know.
And if you threw Fizzle into that
Oh,
one,
he's
it was
toast.
still
He's gone.
Toast.
there would be nothing left. I wouldn't even give you a res. You can't rest no body.
Hey, look, he actually fizzles.
Yeah. That would have been a dark turn. I would have to really punish you for that.
Really?
Not on like
we
a
would deserve
regular level. Like one of you would have to be like dead.
Because you've never thrown dark turns on us before, Bonnie. That one, like,
You've been warned.
Yeah.
I just love how the both of us, when you started
You
on that.
gotta tell that story then.
Yeah, from the start.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Who is Bonnie?
Pre-stream, we had when we were playing, we had an NPC named Bonnie that Scree had.
She was a server at the bar.
Yeah, a server at the bar that we owned. Yeah, we do. Well, we still own. I think.
We haven't checked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was a server there, and Scree had fallen in love.
Didn't want to open. Sorry. Try to be quick.
They became romantically linked to one another.
They did.
And through our adventures, we ended up skinning a doppelganger because
And tanning it and leaving it to dry in the window.
Well, Eon and Ramsey left to their own devices never ends up with a bad thing. At the end of that first part of our campaign, Bonnie approached Scree and said she was looking for her brother.
Gonna go to Baldur's Gate.
Gonna go to Baldur's Gate to search for them. They revealed themselves to be a doppelganger as well, and shit.
Scree just kind of let it loose.
Yeah, but
Scree somehow managed to convince Bonnie that he was the one that skinned her brother.
Yeah, and like it
hung
was
it
on
in the window.
purpose.
Yeah.
yeah, like
It was the most awkward thing to watch. Kenny did that so well.
well,
It
this
hurt.
It really did.
the two of us going, oh, we fucked up. Oh, we fucked up. Like, she just like, we're both like, keep looking back and forth, like, how are we gonna get out of this? And then Scree, well, yeah, like, I think I killed him. And we're just like, what? Quick, like, move it over, like, okay, I kind of owe you for this. Yeah, like,
Someday we will hear from Bonnie again, I'm sure.
Yep.
oh, yeah.
Disappeared in the night.
Yep,
With
and took the skin.
With the skin of her brother.
Which was sad because we actually had some good ideas for that thing.
We had some great ideas.
Like,
Oh, the things you could have made with her brother.
I don't think Eon really thought that like a doppelganger was like a sentient creature.
like a monster, yeah.
Yeah.
It's technically a monstrosity, but the one you killed did have a personality. And,
I'm sure they all do.
yeah,
Like,
friends. And
it's made
a
it.
job.
I do laugh.
Very
Like,
productive member of society.
we thanked them. Yeah. Who was it again?
You don't know. You didn't fucking ask his name.
No, we got
No.
a name. We did get a name.
No,
The
not
doppelganger?
the brother, but like, yeah, who were they as though when we killed them?
They were in the
It was a mind flayer.
the Mind Flayer base.
Oh,
They were a bunch of like.
Was it it was the crazy person?
No.
No.
They were
Okay.
just miscellaneous.
They were just
Okay.
miscellaneous. Like, what are you guys doing here?
Oh, okay.
You know, and you're like, we're just doing our thing. And then you walk forward and they're like, actually stab. Yeah.
Stabbity stab stab.
Yeah, that was a good moment. It popped up a lot in the surveys afterwards.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. The
That
surveys.
moment, yeah, that one, like that.
Speaking of Volo,
Oh.
he needs to die. Full stop. Carry on.
I'm writing a one shot. It's gonna happen.
Amazing.
We'll just announce for the stream right now, Eon has a death wish for Volo.
Well, I think everybody kind of does. Scree and I almost.
Almost pulled it off.
Yeah, we almost pulled it off.
I almost got in a fight with him in our first session at the Yawning Portal, where it's like, he was always like, I thought it'd be a cool angle. Like, Ramsey was always like, his study was on creatures, and, you know, like, that's how he helped provide for his family. And his biggest idol, as well as also his biggest competition and person he despised, has been Volo. And just the fact that, like, it was through several meetings where it's, Volo's just such a pompous ass, and it was like, don't ever meet your heroes. And when he did,
right.
like, it was just, and from that point on, he's like, oh, you're good, but you're a fucking asshole. Like, so, and I just thought it was hilarious that we all, from different angles, were like, This man needs to die.
Yeah.
I would have been okay if you fought him. What I was not okay with was Spree, Delcab, and Zray
Oh my God.
breaking into his fucking house and
Yeah.
on like
'Cause
the
we don't
first
know-
session with them.
The three of us don't know anything that happened there.
We heard a little bit about it though. Like I think
Yeah.
they must have told us at one point.
Yeah, it was
A little bit,
when we originally started. There was 2 groups. I
Yeah.
session zeroed out. One with 4, one with 3, and then merged them all together with the second session or third session, I guess. So
Mhm.
it was. I think that was smart.
Yeah. Looking back at it,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
was fun.
because it kind of like you had like some connections with your characters.
Yes.
Mhm.
Right, like Scree and Zray probably would have been like
Oh.
this
Totally.
the
Oh, for sure.
entire time
Yeah.
if Zray was still here, right? So like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would have had like a thing. DK with them. Rhaenyra
Yeah.
probably would have popped onto either side and kind
Yeah.
of like enjoyed going
Wherever,
between
yeah.
as like the new
Yeah.
character, but
The noob.
yeah.
Mhm.
No, it was. I really enjoyed starting it that way. Like,
Mhm.
especially because like a group that big, that's a lot.
7 was
Yeah.
a little bit
That's a
to
it's
start.
intimidating as a new DM. for sure.
Absolutely.
But like, even it's just trying to get that many, especially so many new people
Mhm.
through it.
Mhm.
That is just that's a lot.
And to give everyone like a moment of airtime to
Yeah.
even say who they are,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to play their character, what that character is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I really enjoyed our, like the 3 of us, our beginning, just how it all interacted, where it was like you hiding under the table, you sweeping, and just I'm sitting in the back going, like,
Eager to help
yeah, and I
the
just,
kitchen.
oh
staff.
god, like being taken advantage. 'Cause actually, that's where Bonnie came from.
It is, yeah. That's the first
Oh,
place we
right,
saw
she was
Bonnie.
there and we stole her.
We stole Bonnie.
Put her on
Yeah.
the portal. Mhm.
There's a lot of things that, and I'm really happy about this. Is like if you guys went and read the module that you completed,
Mhm.
it would be like fiction to you. Like you
Yeah,
never read
it's
it.
nothing
Yeah.
You'd never
at all
played
like
it.
what
Because we
happened to us.
Oh
I
god.
actually
And,
do really want to read it. I
and
really
honestly, like you should, if you want to see like from my perspective of like
Yeah.
what I had to actually change in these games. I paid money for that I had to add stuff in.
We hardly used it at all.
Like I swear to God, guys, that whole mind flare encounter is one fucking sentence.
Really?
Remember you
God,
saying
what
that?
thing?
And weren't we like a couple
no.
levels
It's one or
ahead?
two sentences.
Because
Yeah.
we leveled up
Yeah.
way
Yeah,
faster than
yeah, and I had to like edit that, and I had to homebrew it, and I had to be like, I can't kill them with this thing, so let's give it some other powers and a minion.
Yeah.
Fuck, whatever. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you did a great job.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
obviously, it was super fun. We've shown that, like, that's the real miracle here is that we've been playing almost every single week
Every
consistently.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
52.
And there's always
Yeah.
been stuff for us to do,
Yeah.
ready
Always.
to go.
Yeah.
or it has come up along
You know
the way.
what?
Fake it till you make it.
You
Or
never
we
know.
just get Fizzle to say something annoying, and then we just RP annoyed
For yeah.
half. And you're
Josie.
That was my strategy with Dara, right?
Yeah.
You guys need to,
Yeah.
like, stop
Oh,
thinking
God.
about it so much.
Distract him with Dar.
I do miss Dar.
Oh, I miss Dara so much.
Oh, Dar's still wow.
I don't have my points in this book. I need to find
Yeah, like how did that like? Where did that end off?
the points thing.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of.
All of you are at max points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when I started Eon, she took like there's a mechanic. Maybe one of you guys would know what it's called. But I remember reading about it in the Dungeon Master's Guide. There's like a mechanic for if you bring like a little, I don't know, if you bring someone into your party, an NPC into your party who's like a
Like a
little tag
companion
along.
or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
tag along.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
And
So they're-
essentially reputation. How
It
much
is
they
essentially
like
reputation. There's like a little,
Yeah,
so they
it is,
have
yeah,
vaguely like a mechanic for that. So I took that as very loose inspiration. And what I did is I said all people start at 0 with Eon, and when they get when they do certain things, they get a couple of points. When they get to this
Yeah.
point, she'll speak to them. When they get to this
Yeah.
point, she'll kill for them. When they get to this point, it's like you are family and you.
Like, and I remember too in the beginning it was like Ramsey shot way up,
Yeah.
and then came down, and then Sola
yeah.
came up, and then like everybody. I think
Everybody found out about it. And
Yeah,
a little bit of
Yeah.
I want to get a point. No, I'm
exactly that
And
became
then
the.
Kenny was like, "Hey, you want this item?"
that is for you.
Yeah. That's the best type of like metagaming we've had at this table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly. Oh, I should find that. I should let you guys read
I-
where you got points.
I do have to say, like, the players at this table are fantastic. Like, you guys
Yeah.
are. I can only do so much to, like, you know, put it out here and, like, do this. Like, you guys being engaged and you are,
Yeah.
and, like, in the depth that you are, is what makes this game fun.
Yeah.
right? There's nothing else that makes it fun. It's just if you guys are at the table, I know it's going to be a good time. So.
No.
And I find
including everybody, God, Kurt,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Missed you guys.
we are a table,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
just the people.
A table, and I mean it, like, fill it.
I think that makes it easy too for like wanting to bring new people in, like Kenzie and stuff, where it was like,
I got a list.
hey, well, you know, like
People
the
wanna play
hey,
with us.
can you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a few people, but people who are like, oh hey, you know, can we bring this person in? The fact that we all kind of, there was no, I don't want to say reservation, but it was like, sure, yeah, bring them, and everybody at this table is like, oh hey, you know, this and that, and that, you know, like, I want to interact with you. I want to, you know, but we're also gonna have, you know, like it wasn't closed off. We're like, oh, you're the newbie, you know, like no, you've got to you're up front. You're the meat shield.
Yeah,
or
you talk, you know.
Yeah, like it worked in, like, or even still with like people like
Heal me, bitch. Yeah, like that's
you have one job
the
here.
worst experience of D&D. Come on, newbie.
Yeah.
Healing word.
Yeah,
Second level. You cast it on me, right?
yeah. Or even like,
Yeah, rough.
in David's case where he can pop in and out.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, like it's really led to some pretty, like, especially this past Doric part. Oh my god.
He's fun.
That is.
He went all in on Doric.
I really thought he
sure.
was gonna come back as Dalcom though. Like I thought we were gonna get
Yeah,
DK.
I
And
thought
so
we were
we
just
were
gonna do
razzing
that.
on him, and he comes back. He's not even DK. It's just I guess we're just
Yeah, but it's also
naturally
it's.
razzing on DK for no reason.
I kind of like Doric better than DK.
I mean, Doric
Like as a
was
character?
a better
Yeah,
developed
like-
character.
Yes. And not like the first character you ever developed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
still-
had some good stuff.
DK.
I still thought it was funny when I rolled the nat one and like when we did the math, you're like, nope, you still hit him. Like, you cannot miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David, who
Yeah.
guested on our show just a couple episodes ago there, and I guess he still is going to be in the next one. But
Yeah.
anyway, he used to play a character called Dalcom, who was a sorcerer, and he had 8 hit points. And you got in a fight with him, and even with a nat 1, you were still able to hit
I
him.
kicked him in the balls.
He was very fragile, and he died.
Yeah,
And we did bring him back. That was that 6th episode or whatever.
Right.
sixth
Yeah.
session.
I'm kind of glad he switched that character out because at the end of Dragon Heist, I kind of made Dolke very strong in the items I gave him.
right.
There was like a con boosting item that like caps it at like 16,
Yeah.
like immediately, so that bumped him up to he was at like 69 HP, and
Yeah.
he had a spell save DC of 18.
Whew.
Yeah.
And on that far realm shard too, that was like,
There were
Yeah.
some things I was like, oh, this is not a fun, intended thing I wanted to happen, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, this is really strong. But then, like, we would actually play out the game sometimes. And it's like, yeah, he'd have this clutch moments of a counter spell. And, like, it's just like, do I just find, like, negating people's abilities frustrating as a DM when I don't have, like, that many resources compared to the players? Like, and you can be like, well, Josiah, you're the DM. Can't you just add resources? It's like, yes, but do you want to have a combat that's 3 hours, right? Like,
yeah.
it's a question. So it's a balance. That's what it is.
And even so, like, I'd love to have Anna back at the table too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
her character was
great, too.
awesome.
Yeah, she was.
Especially for somebody like brand new to it, and to just both feet dive in and really like watch them evolve and blossom playing the game. Like, that was really cool to see, just for somebody like, I've been playing a while now, and like
Yeah.
them, like seeing their excitement of like,
Oh, God, quit.
yeah, or when we're like, oh yeah, they don't realize what it is, and they finally click, and you're like, no, here's all these dice, roll these, okay,
Here's
cool.
sneak
Oh my God.
This is all the damage you just did. You wiped this thing clear off the map, like, yeah. So it was really cool to see that. So like, I don't know, like one day I'm sure they'll come back and want to play or something. So yeah.
We'll be playing for a while, I think.
Yeah.
Everybody is still really keen.
Yep.
Table. This is just such a great table. Obviously, we've played at a lot of tables, all of us at this point.
Yeah.
This is no, you're just over there.
No, I've
You're just
played.
over there.
My player experience is like I've played in like 5 games maybe. It's like the amount of different DMs I've had is like 3, I think total. 4. You, Eric.
Oh, Eric.
My friend Joseph from UFC D&D Club, my homie, and another one from the USU D&D club. You know, and it was definitely one of those things where it's just like, I wanted to have a game where I could kind of like see what's happening here, and I realized that if I wanted to do that, I just had to DM. You know, you have to be the one to pick the players, and you have to be the one who are like, who's interested in this, and you have to be able to tell, right, and kind of like organize that.
Once so that was a conversation you and I had really early on when you approached me to come and play, and I was like, cool, but I don't want this to fizzle out.
Yeah.
You know, like, and you know, you're like, no, believe me, like they.
This is
wait till you meet the other people, and like we're good. And I'm like, okay, cool. So
we did that one shot.
Yeah.
Where you guys were like in the cafe. The visual cafe.
Yeah. You came in and DM'd that for us, which was fun.
That's cute.
And then we started playing, and Loren and I were like, let's like pull up the floor in our basement. Because we started playing upstairs, but by like our like third month or something, we were like, we're renovating the whole basement from the
I dedicate ourselves, tear apart our basement, and make it a Dungeons and Dragons dungeon.
Yeah.
It's after you destroyed Nilhor, so I thought there might have been something.
Yeah.
That's if
we were just like, this is fun. Like we found community here. This is fun. Yeah.
Now, here's the only thing I have to say. When the hell is somebody else gonna frickin' DM besides me and him?
You don't even have to be recorded.
Yeah, Loren.
Sorry, guys, but
Loren.
I am already
I have.
every week.
Amy has talked about it as well too.
I have a loose idea.
Do you?
I want to do a treasure hunt.
Because he wants to give me
But-
puzzles because he knows how much I am desperate for puzzles all the time.
I'll
at
play
all
Barbarian.
times. Oh no.
Bring back
I think no.
That's about as useful as I would be, so I'm not going to be like a
we
smart
gotta play.
character.
We gotta play. No, but see, the thing is, the puzzle is about what your character knows, not what you personally know. If you also personally know something, that's fine.
But I could just be the smart barbarian that knows that lift rock make good, so I'm going to go lift
Oh
rock.
my god.
Make good.
Anyways, yes, I think Loren would be a great TM.
Yes. Because here's a fun fact. Him and I, for all the years we've been playing, have never played together.
This is true.
Right.
That
so
would be
you
really
need that
fun for you guys.
opportunity, yeah.
We have
for sure.
never played together.
Will you play like a married couple? Will you please like be really close characters?
Oh my God.
We had some cool ideas. Yes! We had some cool ideas. There was one where it was like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, where it'd be two different classes of character, but it's the same character, and when the switch happened, we'd actually physically change out.
And change out as DM?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's kind of fun.
Interesting.
But you still wouldn't be playing together.
And that's where,
It's like,
thankfully, he's
so
smarter than me. He went, but I'm like,
that is
Shit,
a
you're
cool shtick, though. That'd be fun.
That's really
yeah,
interesting.
like I've had
That'd be really fun.
lots of weird kind of.
Yeah.
Well, one of the first times, like I was saying earlier, like that he DM'd, it was I was sitting at the screen. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, like his character got arrested, and like there was nothing they were going to be able to do to get him out. So I just kind of went, well, at this point, Josie, would you mind? And then he came over and sat down, and everybody at the table was just like, and I took his seat and I just pulled out all my crap and went, I guess.
So that was the first time we did the switcheroo.
Yeah.
The second time being
Second time.
the one we did for this group.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah, do you remember when Josie started and then suddenly Darryll switched places?
Yeah, and then I played Star, the backseat monk.
Don't remember this. Oh yes,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
So
guy.
you guys met
The guy,
Roper?
the guy,
Right,
the
yeah,
I
right.
still have an item listing called "fuck ton of widow tears?" Question mark.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Basically drugs.
So-
Yeah. We
No, it was
played a lot of drugs. For how little we actually like it's not like our characters are doing drugs, but we sure collect a lot.
Your horses.
Our horses. If our horse is still alive.
I'm not saying that I didn't dose the entire camp at Forest Edge
Right. Yeah.
and got busted by Sola in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thumbs.
I love horse. I adore horses.
I will say, like, again, it's like, I love how you play it off too, where like, and how everybody else is like, she's fucking nuts. Like, and it wasn't until like Doric finally was like, you guys can't hear the horse? Like,
Did Dork say that? Dork can hear
yes.
the horse?
Dork can,
Is this a
because
gnome
Dork
thing?
has speak with animals.
Oh.
Yeah, Dork casted a spell. He can't
He can't innate, no, but
Okay.
he just,
and now we're
like...
just of the opinion that all gnomes speak to horses.
Pretty
Correct.
much.
Incorrect.
But that's what
No.
Like, it was a working theory we had, but then now it's just like, there's the evidence, there's 2 of them.
Come on. Come on.
Confirmation bias.
I cannot
It's
wait
true
to
now.
find out what like deep dark secret this is related to.
I can't wait till Horse turns out to be a druid.
Oh, yeah. But then why would he only talk to Sola? He could be a druid, or he could be a doppelganger, or he could be
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
That would be some poor writing from my.
let's just
Just
say
hand wave occasionally, okay? Just say thanks, DM, and go. I'm gonna go in the door. Thank you. I appreciate it.
excellent. So many possibilities. There's just still like I think that's the thing is we have to keep playing because there's still so
Yes.
much.
There's so much to cover.
Yeah,
Yes.
so much that we don't know,
Yep.
and I bet you don't know most of it too. I think you're probably just messing around. I'm just gonna admit. Yeah,
You underestimate how much I think about this stuff.
I know you do, but I mean, I bet there's
No,
still some
I'm-
stuff where you're like, I hope they don't pursue that for at least a little bit.
I mean, like at the pace that you guys move at, I can prep. I can prep
Oh.
one session out for
That hurt.
any choice, basically. Like,
Yeah,
it's not really a question of like if you go here, I'm fucked, right? Because I can
Yeah.
literally just be like, I know what's there.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not a question
Yeah.
to me, right? Like, and that can be as easy as like, this is a good safe space. This is not a safe space. This is a dangerous monster-filled space.
It's
Yeah.
bad, we're running!
Yeah,
Like every one of those
Like, don't
areas
drop
is
a
kind of like
dragon.
Yeah.
clicked out for me, right? So
that's
I
cool.
kind of, even if it's not on paper, like I have an idea is like, oh, if they go here,
Yeah.
this is the kind of
You
shit that
can't-
would happen.
You can't flush that far out.
No.
Like,
Yeah,
'cause
don't be
you'll-
wasted effort anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've
'Cause that's
done
when-
that,
Keep
so
it
Yeah, like,
I'm holding that off now. Yeah.
because it's like, okay, they're going, they're like, and you're just like, oh crap.
We do move really slow too.
Well, here's the thing, like,
We like to RP and
yeah,
fuck around.
And speculate way too much on every little
Speculate.
thing.
we do suffer from analysis
That's-
paralysis a little.
And I do say that is partly my issue of like not giving you enough direct information.
Mm.
That's like, this is exactly what we needed to, we know exactly what we need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, but that is coming, I promise.
Yeah.
promise.
Oh, good. I think it's pretty okay
Like
though.
with the
Yeah, we're
end of
making
2
do
hills,
for
you'll
now.
have like some movement in that for sure.
Nice.
Okay.
Like
That's good.
absolutely. So
That's
it'll be
really
fun. It'll be good.
Well, yeah, because the whole time until we literally got into Two Hills, like I was pretty sure we were going there to fight like at least 5 to 10 dragons.
good. Yeah.
Like I was pretty sure that's what was going to
Yeah.
happen. I was like, don't know how we're going to do this at level 8 or whatever it is we're at. We at 8?
We're 9.
We're at 9. I'm 8 and 1.
You're
Yeah.
in one.
Yeah.
But then there was no dragon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're finding other things. It's like, what the hell's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
This isn't what we
Well, there's one
Are the
on the
dragons
way.
coming? Should we be concerned?
Yeah.
We
that's right.
we don't even know if the dragon is with her.
No,
It's just
Right.
her
not
who's
necessarily.
coming.
Yeah.
So
But either way, that's not a good sign.
no. I'm so, like as awesome as that was, that whole flip, it kind of ruined it because I will never, ever, ever trust Kenzie if they come to me. It's like,
Well, he said he's never going to do that again.
This is true.
Never ever.
And this is the exact reason.
Never,
this is the
ever,
exact
ever.
reason.
I was actually okay with it though. It was
I love
fun.
no,
It was.
We
beautiful.
want
I
Kenny.
loved it. It was amazing.
It'll just never work
But-
that well ever again.
But yeah,
Which is why I will never do it.
every one of us.
Yeah, it can't be predictable.
Hook, line, and
I get
sinker.
one of those a campaign and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it's
Now,
just-
like the next couple guests will just be like you guys healing that wound, right? Where it's just like, oh, we're actually really
And then they'll do it again.
and have I need
Yeah.
to reset you.
Yeah.
It's like a 1-to-5 ratio.
Yeah.
Okay, don't no one record this. God, oh, no, my secrets.
You
No.
used harsh language, like very definitive language there, so we have to stick it to it
Yeah,
now,
shit.
obviously. But
That's me. I say it and it's real.
It's
And I
the
always
curse of the
remember it
DM.
and
How
it
the
never
story
changes.
goes.
Yes, ever.
That is so funny. Well, it has definitely been a huge amount of fun, and Josie,
It sure
you're a really great
has.
DM.
Yeah.
You honestly
We
are.
really are.
Thank you.
And
We are fully invested every night because of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you give us a really good sandbox. Like, there's a story to
Yeah.
follow, but it's a really good sandbox, which makes it so much
Give
more
us the
fun
freedom.
for RP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Loving it.
Mm-hmm.
The next part, right now we're experiencing sandbox in location, right? You're in a main location with a lot of different stuff to do in it that you can kind of do at your own prerogative.
Yeah.
The next level that I'm looking at is full sandbox.
Open world.
Which will be you choose a location to go to. I'll have like maybe like a half session leading up to it. I'll get like a bunch of beginnings started, and then you can literally just choose where you're gonna go. And then there's gonna be transport to that, and whatever the beginning of it is.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be more choices. There's gonna be like things will matter how and when you do them.
Amazing.
Gotta make a map.
Yeah. We do. Yeah.
That's really interesting because when we get back to Waterdeep, Eon wants to do a thing that might lead somewhere
Lead
else.
to a place.
I gotta do about several things from the stuff that we picked up
Yes.
along the way.
The session at Waterdeep should be a long session if we can get that out in a way.
Yeah.
Just because it will make it more coherent, be easier to remember.
Yeah.
Fair.
The amount of things I kind of want to cram into that. So, yeah, we'll be
because
good.
there's all
We'll be
those
fun.
locations too that are literally around the bar. That we went to what, 2 of them?
I know, and like one of them is kind of part of what I want to do.
Yeah.
Definitely need some shopping time.
Yeah, like I got like $5,000 worth of gold in the pocket. I need to
And
book.
when you guys get back, there will be
We
more
didn't
gold.
spend our gold.
I guess
You spent yours.
I
at the
spent it all.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh
almost.
yeah, because you went like the armor, the whole.
Yeah, I bought a
Bombs for
ton
the
of
poor.
items and
You did.
armor.
Well, that was one thing too.
DK
Actually,
and Scree were like zeroed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zeroed.
I really loved the break because it gave us that time jump to advance the characters
Level up a little bit.
without actually,
Yeah,
you know, like. But then it's also to have little moments like, I don't know if I said, but you didn't know you were followed the whole time.
Right. Yeah. You mentioned.
Like there was always
afterwards.
there was always someone watching you
Right.
to make sure that you were safe. You know?
Yeah, and Sola thought she was, being fully anonymous and going off and doing her good deeds.
Well, and I checked with him. I threw it out there. I'm like, oh, like I want somebody watching Sola just so that they're safe.
Yeah.
And then with you, like that's why all that brand new equipment and everything just showed up because it was kind of like, I'm sorry. She's either gonna blow my lab up or like,
Some combination of things.
like I'm gonna come back to either Eon hiding under a table or Eon, Empress of the Infernal.
Well, you went away and
Big
she
jump.
found an imp and did a demonic ritual to the Everlove.
So like,
So,
Yeah.
really, it's
50-50.
all your fault. You left her alone and gave her
I'll
tools.
own that. I'll
I'm
own
sure
that.
she wouldn't have done that if it was just.
No
one
one trending in that
was
direction
around.
already anyway.
No one was staring at her. I mean, if Scree was just in the room fucking around, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
But no one's looking at you.
But I love the fact that Scree has never said a fucking word about Lash.
Yeah.
The whole time I
Because Scree
didn't
can
see them.
see you.
He's just like, cool.
Yeah, like
He just doesn't even
Alright.
care.
That's pretty Scree.
And just
love
like
it.
mad respect. And also, didn't Scree like walk in on the ritual?
yes.
Sure did.
Walked in and went cool, and then
And
walked
then he
out.
left, and Neo was just kind of like,
Scree went upstairs to their birdhouse.
Yeah.
Maybe I think about Bonnie.
Oh, that reminds me. Scree stole
A helmet.
the helmet.
Yep, some sort of plate helmet from the cabin where you were
Yeah,
captive.
from the hunting cabin.
Very long ago.
That
Yeah.
was haunted
Jesus
in some way.
Christ.
oh. Screen has a haunted
And
helmet.
No,
that we
yeah.
don't know about?
it's
Or
just a
something.
regular
Helmet?
fucking
Oh, okay.
helmet.
It's just a
guys.
helmet?
It's a regular helmet?
Yes.
There's nothing
Would say so.
special about it? No,
It
there's
was
something
an
special.
animated armor that you destroyed, and
Yeah.
then the enchantment was failed, and it's a regular piece of armor.
I refuse to
Ghost
do
helmet.
that.
You do you, boss.
I just imagine Screen sitting there, man. They have the top of the building. Just lightning.
Yeah, and
His little beak poking out.
Yeah, like, and it's way too big, yeah. But, like, takes the lightning bolt. I'm better now.
All right.
Well,
amazing.
Any final questions, words, anything we wanna finalize?
This was fun.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was a lot of fun.
We,
Yeah,
sh- we
glad
should
did
do this again and make sure that these guys
Yeah.
get to do one of these
second
too.
right.
round. Well, I am going to be gone in March for a bit, so.
There we go.
Give us an opportunity.
We'll get a schedule going. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
It's been exciting and scary and all things in between. So
Yeah.
thanks.
And we can't wait to do more of it.
Yeah. I really, really enjoyed this. This was
Yeah.
good.
All right. On 3, 1, 2, 3.
I'm glad I picked the right thing. Sorry, I had no fucking clue what he was going to say.
I knew intrinsically.
Yeah, well.